Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
This hour is brought to you by Goldberg and Jones.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Heward and Marcus. Sorry about just Mike.
Heward, not exactly Joe Cap there in the pocket.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
Hello, there I am. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Brock and Salk Show, Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com, Seattle Sports app, all the podcast platforms, 97.3 HD2, and YouTube, all places where you can find us and hang out and join the show and be a part of things. You can always text us at 866-979-3776. We've gotten a lot of great texts, as we always do. Everybody's sad that Lyle is going to be departing at the end of this week. Lyle, I'm sad. Maura's sad. Brock is sad. I mean, Brock was making fun of you last night, but we're all sad. The texters are sad. Everyone's bummed out that you're leaving. But it's okay, because today we're going to play as Lyle Smarter Than a Fifth Grader again. And I think everyone is also excited for that. So thank you for bringing us a little bit of joy, even while causing us all a bit of pain.
Happy/sad too, I guess.
Well, we should all be happy. The Mariners played, honestly, jokes aside, one of their best games last night. Is that fair? One of their best games.
I mean, they hit a lefty.
They hit a lefty well. They didn't just hit a lefty. I mean, they took it to him, I thought. And by the way, they hit three. There were three lefties. The A's, even down 4-0, decided to just keep their own lefty after lefty after lefty. And the Mariners, they handled it yesterday. Really, for the first time that I can remember all year. Maybe there was one other game, but they took it to that kid. Gage Jump. Or Jump Gage. Or Justin Gage. We heard all sorts of versions. Gage Jump.
Brock was saying Stormtrooper.
I do like Stormtrooper. What did I say? I said Storm Chaser yesterday. Chase Storm. Storm Chase. Gage Jump. Poor Brad Adam afterwards called him Justin Gage. I get it. It's a weird name. But, I mean, it's not even a name. It's just like a collection of words that we use for other things. But the Mariners got it done, man. I mean, like, they go out there, and I think it's helpful having Robles back. I think it was great seeing Naylor kind of do what he did, and Julio, and, you know, the top of the lineup, JP. Like, those guys they all got it done yesterday. Just stayed in there, hung in against the lefty, and got it done. And they played clean, and they pitched well. Like, there was a whole bunch of good stuff. That's a good game for the Mariners yesterday. That's a good win. So I liked what I saw yesterday from the M's. We also had Maura and I somehow got confused. We thought the Seahawks were going to be open practicing for 3 days, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, perfect. I can go out there on Thursday. That's the best day for. No, it's just yesterday. So I missed it, which stinks. I can't even tell you guys why, because I don't want to. Brock and I were supposed to do an interview yesterday, and then it fell apart at the last moment. Screwed up my nap schedule. I'm a little cranky because of it. But Maura went out. Thank you to Maura. By the way, we all owe Maura a thank you, as we always do. But Maura went out to practice in the rain, got soaked.
Well, the weather forecast was a lie. We were all talking about it there. Literally, my phone said that it wasn't raining as I was being poured on at practice. It wasn't supposed to. It was like a mist, but it was steady enough that, like, an hour in, my hair and face were just dripping. Yeah. I didn't have a hood, so
Ugh.
Yeah.
They didn't want to go inside. They didn't want to use the bubble.
I think when it's just kind of misting like that, they don't.
See, this is why I'd be a bad football coach. One of many reasons, but the moment it gets started like a drop of rain, I'd be like, all right, everybody in the bubble, we got to get out of here. Can't stand outside for the next hour and a half. Let's go inside. Maura has observation. Can you just give me one thing that you saw? I want to go through more of them later, but we're kind of packed today. We got Hawkblogger, we got Lyle, are you smarter than a fifth grader at 7:30? And Brock's got some stuff. So it's just a busy day. Could you give me maybe?
I would just say Jadarian Price was catching a lot of passes in that rain and sogginess and looked great. I didn't see him drop one.
Well, that's awesome. That's a good first place to start, because that is, supposed to be the one question mark about him. And it's kind of weird. Like, Is it a question mark because scouts and people that look at this stuff don't think he can do it well? Or is it a question mark because he didn't do it much? I never really know with things like this.
His coach, when we talked to him, seemed to think it was the latter.
Right. And everyone was just sort of like, well, the other guy, Jeremiah Love, is really good at it. Like, he's exceptional at it. It's one of the things that makes him special. So they didn't ask Price to do it a lot because why would you when you've got a guy who really excels at that? And that may not be the strength of Price's game. But that doesn't mean he can't do it. And certainly doesn't mean he can't learn it.
Not something that the Seahawks have done a ton of themselves.
Yeah, it's not like they're like a super screen team or deep balls to the running backs every game. Yeah, I would agree. So good to see him out there doing it. How does he look just in general?
I mean, I don't want to get made fun of again, but he's in very good shape. He's very ripped. And yeah, I mean, just looks completely athletic. Obviously the running backs are some of the players that look the best in these scrimmages when no one can touch them. But there is nothing that would make you question why they took him where they did. He looks great. Oh,
that's awesome. I mean, he is sort of the shining star that everyone kind of wants to see when you get out there because he's a new toy. And I'm excited about it. I'm bummed that I didn't get to go out there yesterday. I would have liked to have seen. I wanted to see him. We kind of went through some of the.
We do have some practices next week, though.
I know, yes, and I'm going to be out there next week. That is part of the plan. On Wednesday, I think I plan to be out there, and then on Thursday, it sounds like we're going to maybe talk to Coach next week. Is that right?
I believe so. Yeah, right. That was part of me messing up the dates. We thought we might get to do it while Brock was here this Thursday, but we'll make it happen.
All right. So it sounds like next Thursday we'll be out there to talk to Coach Macdonald. He kind of gave a really interesting interview with the media yesterday in general, and you're going to hear this quote a lot today and probably moving forward. But I think it speaks to I think who Mike is more than anything else.
We're using the term we want to run it forward. It meaning our process and who we are. And I think this is going to be a conversation that, something that we're going to talk about consistently. I don't think it's a one and done type of conversation. Really, it's just how we talk about how we operate all the time. It's something that we're having conversations with our team and our units every day about who we want to be and how we want to do things. And this situation is no different. So it's really nothing more than or less than that.
He wants to run it forward. Don't run it back. Run it forward. I don't know. That is part of being a modern head coach. Cowherd, I think, likes to talk about CEOs a lot. And I think that there's a pretty decent comp between being a modern head coach in the NFL and being a CEO of a company. The job isn't always what people think it is. The job isn't always, designing every play, meeting with every single player. Sometimes the biggest part of what those CEOs do, and I used to watch it here with one of our previous general managers who runs our building, market manager, they call it in the radio business, and not our current one, not our previous one, actually two back. But he would spend a lot of time in his office essentially just working on messaging, working on PowerPoints, working on the communication, working on the vision, working on the really big picture stuff. Mike's a little different because he's also the, defensive guru, and that's a big part of what he does. And then being a football coach and being a CEO are not exactly the same, obviously. But this sort of overarching message is a big part of being a modern football coach. And in some ways more important. And this, by the way, was the question mark coming in about Mike Macdonald. How is he going to do at the CEO stuff? How is he going to do with the messaging? This is the guy who hired Stephen Hauschka, right, and his firm to go through all of the messaging and all of his team meetings and grade them and give him feedback. And so I would imagine that running it forward took a fair amount of thought behind it. How do I message to this team that we are going to try to do this again without referencing running it back? We're not going to run it back. Back is such a terrible word. I love that he spent the time and it's such an easy flip from back to forward. building on what you've already done, but also recognizing that you got to start over and now move forward. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant turn of phrase. It's been so hard to repeat in this league. It's been so hard. Everything in this league tells you can't maintain what you've already built. The schedule gets harder. The cap. We've gone through all these things a million times. So how do you, the first thing you need to try to beat that system, obviously you got to make all the right personnel decisions, but you got to message it. You got to get buy-in. You got to get buy-in from your guys. That it's either something you can overcome or it's something that you embrace the challenge. And in this case, this is Mike's way of doing that, running it forward. I love it, man. And by the way, because the Seahawks were sort of ahead of schedule last year, kind of came out of nowhere, and running it forward hopefully is an opportunity for them to do this a few times, that this thing is not right at the end. We're right at the beginning of what Mike Macdonald and the Seahawks are capable of. So love that. Love the terminology, love his messaging, and looking forward to kind of where we go from here. Well, I'll play a little more from practice coming up next. As part of Need to Know, it's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710.
Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
Trey Wingo joins us now.
Still feels like there's some doubt when it comes to Sam in this offense, especially when you insert a new offensive coordinator.
Until Sam does this, consistently, I don't mean win a Super Bowl, but consistently show up in playoff games, that's going to be a thing, right? The hardest thing for a Super Bowl champ is now it's different. You are everybody's Super Bowl that season, and everybody's coming at you. Instead of being one of the hunters, you are the hunted.
Bump and Stacy, only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With Smart Business Buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Progressive's accident response can detect and send help when you need it most, after a major car accident. But other accidents, you're on your own. Like when you accidentally call your wife Mom. When you accidentally say Happy Holidays on someone's birthday. When you accidentally wave at someone you thought was waving at you. We can't help with those accidents, but Progressive's accident response provides peace of mind after major car accidents. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now it's the final days of our Everything's on Sale event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses. Our Memorial Day event ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code BUDGET to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code BUDGET to borrow up to $10,000. Use code BUDGET to borrow up to $10,000.
Mariners and A's today in Sacramento. 12:05 first pitch, 11 a.m. pregame. Get every pitch of every game for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Summer starts at Toyota of Renton and Toyota of Kirkland. Go electric and go smart. The 26BZ with 0% financing for 72 months, plus up to $5,000 in loyalty cash. Or the Prius plug-in hybrid leasing at $399 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Or finance at 1.99% APR. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaofRenton.com and ToyotaofKirkland.com. Offers valid through June 1st, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee.
No matter how old you get, you always remember that one great teacher. Hi, this is Rick Riz, inviting you to join WSECU in celebrating Teacher of the Week. Great teachers inspire. Nominate a teacher you feel has changed a life in our community. This year, we're going to honor 24 great teachers with grants of $500, courtesy of WSECU, the credit union for Washington. Teachers are the real MVPs. Nominate an exceptional teacher now at mynorthwest.com/teacher.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
This hour is brought to you by Goldberg and Jones.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
I'll tell you what, that was a really good win for the Mariners last night. Great way to quiet some of the noise. Look, it's always going to start with pitching. Emerson Hancock continued his surprising and, quite frankly, masterful season yesterday. Absolute dominance against a pretty good A's lineup that didn't score, barely mounted a threat against him in 6 strong innings.
Hancock ready. He deals. Swung on, hard hit right to JP on 2 hops at short. Underhand toss to second. Cole Young stomps on the bag, and that's it for the A's in the 6th. Emerson Hancock, excellent night against the A's. Scoreless, 6 innings on 1 hit. He was brilliant.
Yeah, he really was, and it's just been one of the great stories of the year so far. And obviously, you know, some of that is physical and his stuff, and some of it is the mental element. He talked about that part after.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that I want to continue to work on because I do think I can be a lot better at that. But at the same time, you know, you're not out of it. Like, you got to keep fighting, you got to keep making pitches and find, you know, new ways to kind of mix and match your pitches.
Well, he did all those things yesterday, and then, of course, it was great to see the offense do something, not just in general, but against a lefty, no less. Rookie Gage Jump making his debut. Did not fare too well as the Mariners offense just kept coming at him. Julio with a big part of that.
The pitch. Swung on, smoked into left field. It's a hit. Robles scores. The Mariners have another. Julio, a laser of a base hit to drive in a run. It's 4-0 Mariners.
Yeah, ends up finishing 4-1. A's betting that Mariners can't do that twice in a row, so they've shuffled their rotation. They're going to start another lefty in the matinee today. It'll be Jeffrey Springs against Logan Gilbert. A win will vault the Mariners past the A's and into first place. Also worth noting yesterday, Dan Wilson, members of the coaching staff meeting with both Luis Castillo and Bryce Miller to make sure everyone's on the same page moving forward. Probably a good idea. According to Adam Jude, Jerry DiPoto also met separately with the pitchers, so hopefully whatever challenges they've had either will be put behind them or at least not made so public with the displays of frustration.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, Seahawks held a practice in the misty rain yesterday, which was important. Byron Murphy among the guys out there helping to understand the messaging.
Me personally, I feel like, we got to start from scratch, or I feel like we should ask ourselves, or are the things we can improve on. Like, as far as, what we did last year, how can we build on that? How can, just keep going and, fix little errors or little mistakes that we had last year? How can, go about that and perfect that and then, just take it to another level.
He is one of the guys, right, that we're going to be watching. He's already taken, I think, a turn to go from good to great, but I think there is still that question of, is there one more level of Byron Murphy yet to be unlocked in year number 3? Can he be a guy that consistently gets to the passer and plays on all 3 downs no matter? I mean, the sky's the limit for him, and that is not a criticism at all of what he's done. I love the player. Just an opportunity for him to continue to grow in that spot. Only a couple notable absences yesterday. Derek Hall, DeMarcus Lawrence, Dante Fowler, Emmanuel Wilson among them. But all in all, definitely a successful couple of hours on the field. And then Brady afterwards was on with, I think, Bumpin' Stacy and clarified a little bit more of his report on where the Seahawks are at with Devin Witherspoon in the contract situation.
I wrote that it doesn't appear that they're on the verge of an extension, which might kind of sound like the same thing, but when you say they're not far apart, that sort of implies that there's been a ton of negotiation, and they're in disagreement on the number. I don't even know if there's been a whole lot of back and forth negotiation. I just know that the Seahawks initiated the conversation several weeks ago, and it doesn't seem like there's been a ton of movement since then.
So, yeah, hopefully that means that they just haven't been talking that much and that the timing, Brady went on to say, would be probably more like training camp and not that there's any sort of a gulf between the two sides.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
This wouldn't ordinarily be a huge story in Seattle, but I will at least mention it as something to watch out for. The Chargers and safety Derwin James yesterday agreed to a 3-year deal worth just over $75 million. It makes him the NFL's highest paid safety for the second time in his career. First time was back in 2022. So again, might not ordinarily be a big story in Seattle. Who cares what's going on with the Chargers? But I just think it's worth remembering Nick Eamon-Warry has been comped to him a lot. I know we hear Kyle Hamilton, yes, because that's the Mike Macdonald past. But Derwin James is the other name you hear often when talking about Nick Eamon-Warry because of all the different things he can do. So the fact that James is resetting that market, I think, is important. Our own DJ, not Derwin James, but Daniel Jeremiah, saw him writing that, quote, some players make it real easy to pay them top dollar. I've been working in and around the NFL for 20 plus years. I'll put Derwin James's positive energy up against anyone that's played in that window. I've never seen him have a bad day. Wow. Nobody would ever say that about me. I've had plenty of bad days. Today might be one of them. Who knows? That's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. That is quite a character trait, having never had a bad day in all of that time, man. But no, look, that's sort of the next step for Eamon-Warry, and nobody expects that from him last year as a rookie. It was come out there and see what you can do, and he, is playing 3, 4, 5 different positions at once, and he took all that onto his plate and handled it incredibly well, and by the end of the year, had truly become like one of, if not the most important person in this defense, which is incredible. It's really saying something. That leadership element and that energy, I think he's got a lot of that just based on what we've seen. But, you see how important it is. If you want to be the highest paid safety, that's another big part of it. And I'm looking forward to seeing that come out of Nick Eamon-War, because I think he's got some of that in there as well. All right, let's take a quick break. Jeff Passan joined us yesterday with a lot to say. Jeff is pretty opinionated, as you might imagine. We will hear from him next on Brock and Salk.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle Sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
A rising blast, left field, grand slam, the Rosarena!
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But for a truly elevated experience, you've got to be in a Mariner Suite. A suite is the perfect spot to get your game and celebration on. Birthday, promotion, engagement, company team building that actually team builds. No matter your event, we've got a suite you'll love. Group suites can fit 30 to 400 people for big-time bashes. And private suites offer just that, an upscale experience for more intimate gatherings. All Mariner Suites offer an incredible view of the ballpark, so you can't go wrong. Plus, you and your guests will enjoy premium catering, VIP parking, private Skybridge entry, and more. And season ticket members get 15% off. Reserve your suite today at mariners.com/suites.
Bases clearing, 3-run double by Josh Naylor. Holy smokes, the Mariners have the lead.
Mariners Baseball. Trident's up.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WINNING for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code WINNING. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WINNING for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WINNING.
Feeling lucky? Don't miss the Lucky Spring Classic collector car, truck, and boat auction. Saturday, June 6th at Tacoma's LeMay Marymount Event Center. Up to 200 collector, vintage, and classic vehicles, many going to the highest lucky bidder with absolutely no reserve. Get lucky, get local, and get in line. Visit LuckyOldCar.com for a list and pictures of auction vehicles. Or call 206-467-6531 for bidding and consignment details.
Mariners and A's today in Sacramento. 12:05 first pitch, 11 a.m. pregame. Get every pitch of every game for free on the Seattle Sports app.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da!
If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each. $30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers, not available in all states or situations.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
Shut up, Salk. It's Brock and Salk's weekly chat with ESPN senior baseball writer Jeff Passan.
Man, when you have a talent like him.
Brought to you by your Western Washington Toyota dealers.
I see this being the beginning of the best run in the history of this franchise.
On Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Get right to it with Jeff Passan of ESPN. Jeff, when we spoke to you last week, we were just about to see our first piggyback. We've now seen it twice. What do we think?
Well, I mean, if we want to just talk about in terms of effectiveness, the Mariners won 9-2 yesterday, and that's pretty good. But effectiveness is only as good as the contentment of the people involved with it. And it is abundantly clear, and I'm not saying anything nobody can see with their own 2 eyes, that Luis Castillo is very unhappy right now. And I understand you can go with the whole, hey, pitch better, and you wouldn't be in this situation. You can go with, hey, be a team player. This is the role that they need you in. But sometimes it's not that easy. And managing people and personalities is as much of as a part of the success of a team as anything. Guys need to be bought into what you're doing, and if they're not, they're just not going to be as effective and as good at it. And I think that's the situation that we're in right now with the Mariners, and it's a really difficult one because while you hoped that this would be the solution, I'm not sure that long-term it's necessarily going to be.
Yeah, and Bryce not happy about it either. Comments after both of the outings were, as you said, from a pure performance standpoint, both of them pretty darn good. You told us 3 weeks ago this was going to be delicate and how you had to handle Luis. Is it fair to say by that reaction last night that not only does he not want to do this, he didn't want to be a part of a bullpen either, that he believes he should get the ball every 5 days?
Yeah, I think that's pretty clear. And the most frustrating part for the Mariners right now, I think, like Luis Castillo's frustration is clear. That we don't need to delve into that. It's obvious he does not like doing this because when you're a starting pitcher and when your identity is as a starting pitcher and you throw 4 shutout innings, you're going to get a 5th. Like, that's just how it's going to go. You get a 5th inning when you have thrown 4 scoreless. And the reason that he threw a fit on the bench is because he felt like he deserved more. But to me, this is going to become a question of how can the Mariners manage this situation? How can Dan Wilson manage this situation? How can Jerry Dipoto and Justin Hollander manage this situation? And there have been multiple situations already this season, which does not portend well for this team. That had the Cal Raleigh and Randy Arozarena dust when you have this much talent, one of the things that can get in the way is personnel issues. And this is a difficult one because, you're trying to satisfy all parties by doing the piggybacking. And when you wind up satisfying none, it's tough to get out of that. So I don't know, frankly, what the right answer is. Quite often the right answers reveal themselves, guys. And whether it's somebody getting hurt or, something else that happens, they tend to take care of themselves. In this situation, though, 5 days from now, what are the Mariners going to do? Are they going to go back to this?
Yes.
At this point, I really don't know.
I think they have to. I mean, I think they're definitely going to. I don't like it, but I think that the way you started the conversation of, hey, both guys pitched well, I would assume they're going to do it again.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. But, with both of them saying that they don't like what they're doing, it's hard, man. It's really, really hard when you have players like actively expressing a dislike for something to say to them, yeah, by the way, this is what we're doing.
I don't know, Jeff. We took a caller. Hey, we took calls on this an hour ago. Ed from Idaho was very clear. Shut your mouth, do your job. You're getting paid.
I mean, I don't know that Ed from Idaho is wrong necessarily, but I think it's also for Ed from Idaho or for anybody else to say, shut your mouth, do your job, you're getting paid. It just takes away from the reality that these guys, I think it's more that they, not the role itself, it's that they don't necessarily feel appreciated, right? Like when you're, this is an identity thing. And when your identity is as a starting pitcher, there are certain things that come with that. And one of them is if you're pitching well, you will continue pitching. And so that gets taken away. And then Bryce Miller, it's like, I'm a starting pitcher. What am I doing coming in the fifth inning? One thing, guys, that has made the Tampa Bay Rays right now the best record in baseball, or best record in the American League, what's made them a very successful franchise is that they have done a really good job of getting guys on board with roles. And it's Kevin Cash, the manager. It's Eric Neander, the president of baseball operations. It's the coaching staff. They take delicate situations and they tend to make them work. And that's where I think the Mariners right now need to figure this out. And I suppose they can just plow right through it and say, we won 9-2. This works. We're sticking with it because winning ball games is the distinct priority here. But I think we also need to acknowledge that this is the sort of thing that can fester. And you don't want people who are malcontents in your clubhouse. And if you are, through your decisions, breeding malcontents, it's a hard thing to come to terms with.
Can you think of another situation similar to this? And I don't mean necessarily just a piggyback, but just kind of an analogous baseball situation, because ultimately I'm trying to figure out what they should do. I mean, I don't like this piggyback thing. I didn't like it before it started. I don't like it now. I understand some of the positives around it, and I'm sure if some of the Mariner folks were here right now, they would talk about some of the look, they're heading into tonight with a fresh bullpen, and having won the game yesterday with both pitchers pitching well. Can you come up with another situation like this?
Where on paper something can perform so well, but from a personnel, it is so divisive or hurtful.
I think platoon situations sometimes can be like that, where somebody feels like he's performing well enough on one side offensively that he should try and get some at-bats on the other side. But it's not like this. I mean, is the answer not a six-man rotation?
I don't think it is. I think the answer is to talk to Luis. Got to be a reliever. Unfortunately, you're the guy with the 6 ERA, and it's up to the team to sell to him that he's going to be a leverage arm and that's the best path forward for him. I don't. A 6-man rotation is. I guess that's the next best solution, but I don't think that's a great solution either. And going a man down in the pen.
Yeah, I mean that's what options are for. You know, that's what depth is for. And none of this, like, it would be a 6-man rotation if Luis Castillo were pitching better. Like, is that not the case?
I don't know. It's not like Bryce. Why is Bryce? If I'm Bryce, everyone's made a big deal out of Luis being upset. I think it was more interesting that Bryce was upset a week ago, because if I'm Luis, yeah, there is an element of, hey, dude, you may have the most track record here, but you're not pitching well this year, so you're going to have to kind of watch it. But for Bryce, like, whatever, I'm throwing 99 miles an hour. I look great. What do you mean I got to come out after 5? I just threw 5 no-hit innings. Now I've got to come out? Like, what? If I'm Bryce, I mean, he's handled it. Well, I wouldn't. I mean, he was not quite as demonstrative as Luis was, but I don't think Bryce is particularly happy, nor should he be.
No, and you know, there's a self-inflicted nature to this, which is frustrating, and you know, the communication in that clubhouse and with the people involved in this, it needs to be better. Not everyone's going to be happy with their job all the time. I get the Ed from Idaho argument that you're getting paid an exceptional amount of money, go out and shut up and help us win ball games. And you know what, Ed? That's what they did yesterday. Like, that's precisely what they did yesterday.
It's true.
So they are doing this, but when you have unhappy people inside of a locker room, doesn't matter what the sport is, it's almost like a live wire that's sitting there, and everyone just doesn't want to touch it. You avoid it, and it can be bad. Let's put it this way: the Mariners. I think the Mariners' priority right now needs to be ensuring that the players feel happy with their roles. And whether that's selling them on this current structure and making them believe it somehow, incentivizing it, whatever it may be, everyone needs to be on board with what they're doing. And if that's not the case, I just feel like the performance is not going to continue going in the same direction.
I wonder if this is accentuated without Cal Raleigh around. We've not really talked about that, Salk, over these 3 hours and 40 minutes, but I wonder if his void and his absence has allowed some of this to catch even more fire.
I mean, he's around, though, is he not?
No, he's in Arizona.
No, he's in Arizona.
No, he's in Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's down in Arizona in the heat and trying to get right and taking little baby steps. But I wonder in their pitching meetings, right, a week ago and the day before, early yesterday, like, I wonder if he'd be the one like, hey, I get it. This sucks, but let's pony up. Let's go. I wonder if they're missing that kind of, because Dan, you know, Jeff, as we're around it and as we have learned, he really hands the keys over to the players. He empowers the players and their voices in that clubhouse. It's not his voice. It's those guys. And I wonder if that absence is kind of felt that much more in this adversity.
I think that's I don't know the answer to that, but I think that's a very astute point, Brock. If somebody is a leader in a group and that leader is not around, if others aren't stepping to fill that void, and there's a vacuum there, then that can have a very tangible effect.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see?
And especially like Cal's got good relationships with Luis and Bryce as well. So, you know,
who by the way, are renowned for having a great relationship with each other. Like, they're of all of the friendships in that group, and it's a really tight-knit group of 6, 7 if you want to include Cal. Luis and Bryce are often pointed at as being like two guys who are like, you know, brothers from another mother, even though they couldn't come from like more different backgrounds and worlds and everything else. They love each other. And so, I don't know, just all of it is it's a tough one. I don't know whether you saw it would be very niche for you to have seen this on Sunday. But did you happen to see what happened with Julio and Randy on Sunday, where Randy kind of misplayed a fly ball and then Julio was late for his at bat the next inning? Do you happen to see that?
I did not.
So Randy had kind of I wouldn't expect you to. It was kind of a small deal, but Randy kind of floated back on a fly ball that ended up catching the wall, went over his head. It scored a couple runs. Julio had to run over and kick the ball.
2-1 game becomes a 4-1 game.
Yeah, it kind of got away from them after that. And then Julio was supposed to lead off the next inning. He wasn't just late with a pitch timer violation. After the pitch timer violation, Julio started getting on his gear. Like, it was a long process. And Dan said afterwards that Julio was talking about some defense with somebody in the dugout. So I don't know exactly what happened, but I don't think it takes too much to connect the dots and think that Julio was having a little chat with Randy about, being accountable for your defense. When those things happen between players, does that tend to lead to real positive next steps? Or is that some fracturing and fraying?
I think it depends on the person, right? And, Randy is a hard-headed guy. He's also been the best player on the Mariners this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Been the consistent offensive force that they've needed him to be. So I think from his perspective, I'm jumping into his mind a little bit here without asking him, but from his perspective, it's probably like, hey, I'm trying to do everything I can, cut me some slack. But I appreciate the fact that, to me, that's what a leader does. It's someone that holds everyone accountable regardless of what you're doing. And I think sometimes things need to be said. And I applaud Julio Rodriguez for doing that. If the consequence is a strike, then but it leads to a demonstrable difference, then it's a strike well worth giving up. But it's all a matter of, is Randy going to listen?
Mm-hmm.
Like, who does Randy Arozarena listen to? And if Julio can be that guy, it's an interesting relationship because he's a younger guy than Randy is. He's got less time in the league than Randy does. So I'll be curious to see if that has any effect.
Mariners are 2 wins away tonight and tomorrow matinee to leading the American League West. Just a game and a half back, as we said. But before the game yesterday, Jeffrey, we were at exactly the 1/3 poll. The Mariners were on pace to win 75 games. From Jeff Passan's purview, why? Why that pacing in a World Series expectation year?
I mean, it's a combination of everything. Like, they just haven't been good. The hitting, the number of guys who are not hitting up to expectations has been rough. The starting pitching has been fine. It hasn't been good, though. It hasn't been to the level that we expected. The bullpen, especially when Brash was out, looked thin. The defense, they're not a good defensive team, and that surprised me a little bit. I figured with what they have up the middle, they would be better defensively. They have not been there. I'm not saying that this is the worst version of the Mariners that we're going to see, but it feels like the 10th or 20th percentile. And to have that over the course of almost 2 months, I'm a little surprised they haven't woken up yet. Mm-hmm. And perhaps some of that is that nobody in the American League West is running away with it. I mean, the Rangers are getting no hit by Tatsuya Yamai and a rookie reliever. And the Astros, I just don't think the Astros are good. They don't have the pitching. And the A's, they've got parts. They're in first place right now, but do they really scare you? Not quite yet. It's just a bad division, and so. To try and chase anyone, let alone to take over first place.
Let's talk about my favorite two stories of the year so far. One is Colt Emerson, and the side note to that is J.P. Crawford saying that he'd be willing to, or maybe even eager to move over to third base. What have you made of the first week or so of Colt Emerson, first of all, and then we'll get to J.P.?
Yeah, I mean, his game Sunday, just anytime you see somebody whacking 3 doubles, I love that. And Colt Emerson, I don't think he's going to be your big bopping, 30-homer guy. But if you have gap-to-gap power and can hit 20 balls over a fence in a season and play good defense, then you are a perennial all-star. And so him being up and doing this, and not just holding his own, but looking like he really belongs. And having those kinds of games from the 9-hole where you're almost carrying the offense, I don't think he's going to be hitting 9s for a whole lot longer. And in terms of J.P. Crawford, it's just going to be about production, right? Yeah, of course he wants to stay. Seattle is where he found his big league career. Seattle is where he found success. Seattle's where he has won. But third baseman, there's just a baseline of offensive production that you need, and what J.P. Crawford's doing right now doesn't reach that. So I don't anticipate, considering what the Mariners have in their system and what they have coming back, when Brendan Donovan is healthy, I don't know that there's going to be an extension in his future. And if there were, it would likely be on the club-friendly side. But I respect J.P. Crawford a lot because I think he understands the writing is on the wall here, and that long-term he's probably not going to be the shortstop. So he wants to show off some of that versatility because if the Mariners decide not to bring him back, then other teams are going to look at him, I think, in a different light, having played multiple positions. And it's not going to be a Bo Bichette type of situation, which is such a cautionary tale now. This guy who has never played a position, you sign him, you move him, he goes there, and it turns out he's not very good. There's going to be proof of concept with J.P. Crawford. And for him, I think this is a kill two birds with one stone thing where it helps the Mariners short and long term, but it also helps J.P. Crawford.
Last thing for me here, Jeffrey. You said in your words there, you're a little surprised the Mariners have not woken up yet. What will finally wake these guys up?
The $1 million question. And I wish I had a good answer for that, because one would think that with the injuries that they've had, with Cal Raleigh out, with Brendan Donovan out, with Bryce Miller out for as long as he was, that they would have snapped to at this point. But that has not been the case. So what's it going to be? I wish I knew, Brock. I wish I knew, and I think more than anyone, Dan Wilson and Jerry Dipoto and Justin Hollander wish they knew, because they would be doing it right now if they could. This is ultimately, though, on the players, is it not? There's a certain level of pride where they didn't come into spring training this year thinking they were a sub-500 team. They came into spring training thinking, we got a shot to do something really special here, and they just haven't been able to do it at this point.
Yeah, nobody likes my take on that. No such thing.
No, and we don't have time.
It's never on the players.
No,
that's my.
Dog never puts it on the players.
Never.
Jeff. It's never on the players.
Never.
You don't think it's on the players?
Oh no, he never.
No, individual moments, yes. Seasons, no. My opinion is either the GM got the wrong players, or the manager or coach didn't coach them appropriately. Should have done it differently. That to me is, and that's across all sports, not baseball, not Mariners, not anything.
It's more baseball.
No, it's everything. It's you either have the wrong players, and you should have gotten players that were going to handle it differently and were going to play better, or you should have coached and managed them differently.
Yeah.
So the guys on the field doing what they're supposed to be doing or not doing what they're supposed to be doing?
Well, those guys are just pawns.
Not on them.
They're just pawns. You're just moving them around, Jeff. They're just pawns. The manager needs to, or the coach needs
you know what? We gotta go.
We've done this forever. Goodbye, Jeffrey. Thank you.
See you, boys.
I'm glad Jeff decided to just let it go. Like, yeah, I'm not going to keep fighting about this one. I'm right. Everyone else is wrong, and that's all you really need to know about this. Okay. Coming up next, a shout-out to 3 players. Yes, players. We can talk about them. We just don't give them the blame when things don't go right. But shout out to 3 guys. 1 we've talked about quite a bit, and 2 we really have not. That's next on Brock and Salk.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add 1 line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with 0 investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Spring is here, Seattle, and now is the smartest time to replace your roof. Trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing, a local, family-owned company that knows how to roof in Washington weather year-round. Schedule your free estimate today at 3treeroofing.com to take advantage of spring pricing, shorter wait times, and get $500 off your new roof before the summer rush hits. Our experts come to you, build a clear plan, and give you an estimate that same day. No surprises and no high-pressure sales tactics. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. BABBEL.com.
A luxury ranch estate that overlooks its own lake?
The Stillwater Ranch blends refined living, recreation, and income-producing land just minutes from Spokane. Explore this ranch and more at fayranches.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Ewert is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
We're going to accuse you of management.
Doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Ewert and Mike Salk.
Hello! Good morning, buddy. Good morning. What a night for the Mariners. What a day for the Seahawks. We will talk about both over the course of the next 3 hours. We will also play Is Lyle Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Wow.
In just a half hour.
Yeah. Great questions.
As we get ready to say goodbye to Lyle at the end of the week as he leaves to pursue his own interests. We're bummed, we're sad, but also a little bit happy that we get the opportunity to play as Lyle Smarter Than a Fifth Grader because it was fun the first time.
You guys saw the questions.
Uh-huh.
Did you know most of them?
I thought they were harder this time.
Okay.
I did know them, but I was trying to think, like, would my kids know them? Because they're in 8th and 6th. No, I probably should have. Cecily will be in here on Friday, and I did think maybe we could have actually had her challenge Lyle. Wow. But then I remembered, like, what happened when Cecily didn't catch the fly ball at the Mariner game and how mad she was. And I was like, I don't want to do that because if she doesn't get some of these questions, she might throw a fit on the air. So I don't want to deal with that.
So weird that your daughter's so competitive.
It is weird. She's more competitive than I am, as I've said. She's like Brock's level of competitive. She's different. That's for sure.
I'd be more worried about the last time I think you did something heavily competitive on the air against Howdy, and we had hit the old dump button.
I don't know if that was the last time. It was a time, but yes, I did curse on the air for I think the only time in 17 years. Howdy got under my skin. I don't know what happened with Julio and Randy after the 6th inning on Sunday, Brock. I really don't, and we talked about it yesterday, and I said maybe there was a conversation. I didn't think it was too big a leap to think that there was. I heard yesterday that maybe I was off base on that. Okay, fine. Maybe I was. I really don't know what happened behind the scenes, other than that I think something happened behind the scenes. But I do know that since that moment, they've scored 18 runs in 22 innings. I know that. And it's similar to the way a few years ago.
Say that again. They've scored how many?
18 runs in 22 innings.
Yeah.
Since that moment.
After going, not scoring, 2 runs and maybe.
Yeah, after essentially not participating in the offensive side of the game for about a week. I don't know.
I think it was two runs in the previous.
I can't tell you that those things are connected. I can't even tell you what happened. All I can tell you is since that moment, they have scored 18 runs in 22 innings and have played essentially clean baseball since. It's baseball. It might mean nothing. It might mean that they caught fire or they played against a bad pitcher. It's a small sample size. They got hot. A couple guys did this. Who the heck knows? Yep. It's baseball. So it might mean nothing. Or it might mean something. And that's kind of the fun of this thing. To me, I would almost make it analogous to the brawl against Anaheim a few years ago that led to them making the playoffs. And everyone, it's not connected. Like, okay, maybe it's not. But if you look at what they did before the brawl and after the brawl, it sure feels like they played a lot better afterwards. I don't know whether there's a connection here or not, Brock. Quite frankly, I hope there is because it means that they will continue to play really good ball. But 22 runs in 18 innings? 18 runs in 22 innings. That's worth talking about.
Yeah, it is. I'd be very hard pressed to try to make this case, just because of the characters involved. The brawl, I kind of get that, man. Hey, you're climbing, you're competing. A lot of guys been together. Don't like those guys on the other side. Kind of been waiting for this to happen. Give me a tipping point. Give me some kind of release. But the characters involved in this one,
I don't know.
From Victor Robles to Mitch Garber to Rob Refsnyder, I just have a little harder time pointing a direct line. Now, between Randy and Julio, okay. Defensive consistency, okay. Just being on point and attentive, okay. I can draw that line.
I'm not going to go all the way through what the argument would look like because, honestly, it involves so many leaps of faith and things that I don't actually
Mike, I'm
know.
a faithful man, but I don't got that kind of faith.
Yes, you do. Please. Of course you do.
To believe that this is what ignited Rob Refsnyder?
For days.
To believe this is what's ignited
There's also
Mitch
the
Garber?
fact that they're playing at the Ace ballpark.
You guys can choose to not believe if you want. That's fine. As I said, this might mean nothing. I feel very sure and content in the fact that it might mean nothing. Yeah. And I'm not going to spend my time walking you through how it could mean something and what. But all I know is it's whatever the reason. So, okay, instead of going down that road, let's do this. I wanted to shout out 3 guys, one of whom we talk about a lot, 2 of whom we don't talk about that often. Okay? 3 quick shout-outs to start the show today.
I like shout-outs.
Number 1, Emerson Hancock. And this is not like brain surgery here. I'm not taking a huge leap. What an amazing career turn. And yesterday might have been the best example. I mean, 6
Are we going to have I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, 6 shutout innings. Yes. And honestly, he was never even, tested really yesterday. I mean, maybe a little in the 6th, but other than that, the Ace didn't even mount a threat.
Man, and does he work fast? Is he turning into Mark Burley? I mean, he just hardly holds the ball. It is just, hey, man, catch and go, up-tempo, no huddle. And are we going to have, yet again, a different Mariner pitcher make the All-Star team?
It sure feels like it. I mean, if it were to start now, how could you not put him on the All-Star team?
A Logan, a Wu, and now it's Emerson and Luis, I guess. But
before that,
are we going to have? Is he going to fill it? Is he going to fill it out? Round it out?
I mean, I think the easy answer is yes. Right now, I don't even see how it would be an option. Yes. He would be on the All-Star team if it were to start today. So we've shouted out Hancock before. He's great. What he's done this year, if there was a 10th player award winner, we've talked about that before. It's something they did in my hometown, which I loved. All the teams did it. It is essentially an award at the end of the year for the player in each sport who most exceeded expectations. So 6th man in basketball and hockey and 12th person in football, 10th man in baseball. Yep. And I mean, right now it would have to be him, right?
Yes.
The expectations were 0.
Correct.
The expectations were maybe you'll come in and pitch a couple of games and hopefully they don't need to go to, what's the other guy, the lefty they've got down in AAA who every once in a while has to come up. Yeah, big guy. Yeah, I mean, that was essentially the hope and fear.
Yeah, it'd be him and Luke Rayleigh. I mean, but Luke has done it before. Luke has had stretches. Luke just 2 years ago, when healthy, put together a really nice complete season. Emerson had never done anything like this for this number of starts and this level of domination and control. And when that sweeper is dialed, like it was yesterday, and it starts in the right-hand batter's box, halfway into the batter's box, and climbs and is catching corners and edges over and over with the fastball that rises, it's a devastating combo.
Deadly combination. Yep. So he was awesome again yesterday. I don't know where this team would be if he hadn't done what he's done so far this year. Number 2, and this one's crazy, Brock, because I know he's been a frequent target, especially of yours, but of everybody's for understandable reasons, is Mitch Garver. Since Cal went on the IL, Mitch Garver is, according to my calculations last night, hitting .250 with 2 home runs, 4 walks, and 5 driven in. He's essentially the Mitch Garver we thought we were getting 2 years ago and have never seen over the course of now nearly 2.5 years. That's crazy.
Yep.
Of course now he would just turn into the actual Mitch Garver.
Sure. And I wonder if, I think it was Lyle even a week ago. I mean, there's a legitimate conversation a week ago that, I don't know, we might have to talk about when Cal comes back. Is it going to be Garver, or is he going to be around? That was a week ago, and then kind of silence and quiet a lot of that.
How about that? I mean, that was unexpected.
Yep.
And yet that's exactly what we've seen is a Mitch Garver that has been a huge part of what they've done during this little short run here.
This team should not be as bad against lefties as they have been this season. They
Mm-hmm.
just should not. On paper, right? This is one of those paper versus like the human being element of it and the confidence element of it. Like you between Rob Refsnyder and Mitch Garver, you've got guys who have sustained track records of hitting left-handed pitching. And let's hope it regresses back to the mean a little bit for those guys. And last night it certainly did. And in these games it has. And they're going to get another shot against the lefty today. And then the last one?
The last one for me was Victor Robles.
Yeah.
Why?
Does he not just put a little smile on your face?
He puts a lot of smile on my face. Yeah. I you kind of forget. We know he got thrown out stealing yesterday because he did overslide the bag, and it was a little bit of I thought more of a physical mistake than a mental one. He
just has juice.
Well, he does. He has
especially
athleticism
when he's in any
and
way
energy,
productive.
and when he's getting on base, you forget about what he can do. I don't think that his injury has been the problem with the first third of the season.
No.
But I think he's probably been missed more than we've talked about. Is that fair?
And just because of some of the energy.
The athleticism, the defense. When he's hitting, he's a fun player.
He is.
And then he's a fun guy, right? Whether he's talking about his monkeys or, the little thing that was on his head, the cricket that he was talking to on his head. And then he's just fun. I appreciate it. I know it's a small thing. We'll let it go here, and then We'll get to everything you need to know in a moment, and then plays Lyle Smarter than a fifth grader.
And that's going to involve callers for tickets.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we got Mariner tickets to give away. You can go see Victor Robles and maybe his monkeys. Who knows? I appreciate Victor, taking a sort of intermediary step and doing the interview with Brad Adam and Freddie, the translator, last night, but only using Freddie for the speaking, not for the understanding and the listening.
Right.
I thought it was cool.
Yep.
And Victor can speak pretty decent English. We've talked to him a little bit around, and he can definitely communicate. Clearly doesn't feel quite comfortable enough to be able to do it on TV. Don't blame him for that at all. He wants to make sure that what he says comes out right. But I thought it was cool. It just sort of made the process move a little bit quicker for him to hear the question without needing it translated. And I just always appreciate it. I can't imagine how hard it would be to be communicating in and doing my job and living in a country in a language that I don't speak.
Grazie.
You handled it great.
Yeah, prego.
the one time you went to Italy for a couple days.
Grazie.
I can't imagine how hard that would be. Yeah. So I'm always just super appreciative of those guys when they kind of figure it out a little bit and learn to speak some English. And I think it's incredible. I could not do it, and I'm impressed when they do. So, all right, quick break. We'll come back. We'll give you everything you need to know, including Brock, the Mike Macdonald quote that is certainly making the rounds, and for good reason. Next on Brock and Salk.
Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
Trey Wingo joins us now.
Still feels like there's some doubt when it comes to Sam in this offense, especially when you insert a new offensive coordinator.
Until Sam does this consistently, I don't mean win a Super Bowl, but consistently show up in playoff games, that's going to be a thing, right? The hardest thing for a Super Bowl champ is now it's different. You are everybody's Super Bowl that season, and everybody's coming at you. Instead of being one of the hunters, you are the hunted.
Bump and Stacy, only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here. Maura and I were just talking about if you've been thinking about these GLP-1 injections for weight loss, there are a lot of questions you got to ask. On the money side, $3,000 to $5,000 every year, and then staying on that medication long-term just to maintain. Yeah, a lot of these prescription weight loss injections, we're seeing more and more of the side effects coming out now. And what you're really doing is losing muscle. Yeah, that doesn't help. Who wants to lose muscle? You're trying to lose fat. Well, if you lose muscle, now you're going to slow down the metabolism. It makes keeping the weight off even harder. It's why I recommend Eastside Weight Loss Clinic, a totally different approach. It's doctor developed. It helps men and women lose 20 to 30 pounds in just 60 days. No injections, no synthetic hormones, no long-term dependence. It's just real food, buying at the grocery store, and it helps you to reset your metabolism, control hunger and cravings naturally, and help your body burn fat, not muscle. And you can do it either at their clinic in Kirkland, or you can do it all from your house, wherever you live, with easy remote options. Schedule that free consult online. Go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. That's eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
We live in one of the most beautiful places on earth, and owning your own deck is a great way to enjoy it. But finding the right decking solution can be overwhelming. That's why all 9 of our Puget Sound locations offer decking showrooms, so you can get your hands and toes on the more than 60 decking options we carry. So if you have any questions about building, maintaining, or repairing your deck, contact me personally. Mike Dunn at DunnLumber.com.
Trex decking products on sale now through May 31st at Dunn Lumber.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, price and valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Mariners and A's today in Sacramento. 12:05 first pitch, 11 a.m. pregame. Get every pitch of every game for free on the Seattle Sports app.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now it's the final days of our Everything's on Sale event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses. Our Memorial Day event ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life's sleep.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life, and you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech, plus gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Summer starts at Toyota of Renton and Toyota of Kirkland. Adventure in the 26 Tacoma TRD Sport, leasing at $399 a month with $1,000 TFS cash. Earn $3,000 in customer cash on the Tundra, leasing at $469 a month, and the 4Runner at $369 a month. All leases, 36 months, $39.99 due at signing. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaofRenton.com and ToyotaofKirkland.com. Offers valid through June 1st, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and a $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee.
Hey, baseball fans, Rick Riz here. I'm excited to introduce you to my good friend Keith Dashafy, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Keith?
Thanks, Rick. Improve your play with 40% off installation or 0% financing for 60 months with equal payments. And we're giving back with 2 $5,000 scholarships for our local youth sports teams. Upgrade your home today at PellaPNW.com.
That's fantastic, Keith. Don't wait. Schedule your free appointment today at PellaPNW.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Yeah, that's a really good win for the Mariners last night, Brock. That's a pretty good way to quiet some of the noise that was around them the last couple of days. And as it usually does, it starts with pitching. Emerson Hancock continuing his surprising, masterful season. He was pretty dominant yesterday. Never really got himself into much trouble.
Hancock ready. He deals.
Swung on, hard hit right to JP on 2 hops at short. Underhand toss to second. Cole Young stomps on the bag, and that's it for the A's in the 6th. Emerson Hancock, excellent night against the A's. Scoreless, 6 innings on 1 hit. He was brilliant.
Yeah, I don't think you could say it much better than that. I mean, he did everything you would want him to do. His catcher, Mitch Garver, pretty impressed.
Well, he just has confidence falling behind in the zone and getting back in it with whatever pitch. Obviously, the 2 fastballs are elite. When you combo those 2 together, it's a really tough at bat. But, if one's not working, we're able to pivot to something else. If the sweeper's not working, we'll throw the slider. If the changeup's not there, we'll throw the sweeper. It's just his ability to shapeshift like that is pretty cool.
Shapeshifter. Whoa. Not something you hear every day.
Was that the name of the starting pitcher on the other side? Shapeshifter?
No.
What was his name?
That was Gage Jump. Depends on who you talk to. Poor Brad Adam had Justin Gage and then finally Jump Gage. Right. It's not Brad's fault. The name's ridiculous. I get it.
I knew a Brandon Jumper back in the day at Eatonville, Salk.
Yeah.
That guy was a man-child.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Eatonville produced some man-children back in the day. Speaking of one, Emerson is. That whip right now, 1.01. That WAR, 1.5 leading staff. And obviously the sub-3 ERA, and then the FFIP and all the... It's dialed. The eye is matching exactly what those numbers are producing, and as it sits today, a third of the way through, he's an all-star.
Well, and they hit a lefty. You mentioned Gage Jump. They hit him. I mean, that's been the biggest challenge they've had, is to just go out there and do anything against left-handed pitching. They just kept a lot of singles, bunch of doubles.
Yeah, for sure. Hard to know what to expect from the kid tonight. I thought he had a great first inning. Looked like he was going to be, a tough customer, but I thought the at-bats in that second inning were outstanding. Again, not trying to do too much, just waiting to get a pitch that they could handle, which they did, and then, creating the traffic and getting things rolling. And just some, again, getting that done early and then allowing Emerson to kind of go do what he does. Tremendous job.
A lot of damage on that slider. That looked like a minor league slider. Mm-hmm. The fastball and the changeup, some of the other stuff, pretty nasty. But that slider that starts off the plate, and then comes right into the hit zone.
Quite ready for prime time, at least not yesterday. A's are betting, though, the Mariners can't do it twice in a row. They shuffled their rotation. They're going to start another lefty today, Jeffrey Springs, against Logan Gilbert. A win would obviously vault the Mariners past the A's and into first place in the West.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Seahawks practicing yesterday, Brock, in the heavy mist that Maura was out in. Good for her.
Really messed your hair up, Maura, you said?
It was beyond that point.
It was beyond up?
What do you mean? Messed up. It was just soaking wet, dripping.
It was a beyond.
I was worried it was gonna, frizz, but it was way past that.
It was past frizz?
I was gonna ask if I could borrow a helmet. Yeah. They had helmets sitting there on the side. I thought maybe
kind of a wet dog look.
That would have been hilarious if you were standing on the sideline watching practice wearing a football helmet. Like, hey, who's over there? Oh, it's just Maura. Why is she wearing the football helmet? It's a hair thing.
She got to be on the.
Don't worry about it. Meanwhile, Mike Macdonald spoke and said, Brock, this is the first time he's unveiled this, but it's perfect.
We're using the term we want to run it forward. It meaning our process and who we are. And I think this is going to be a conversation that, something that we're going to talk about consistently. I don't think it's a one and done type of conversation. Really, it's just how we talk about how we operate all the time. It's something that we're having conversations with our team and our units every day about who we want to be and how we want to do things. And this situation is no different. So it's really nothing more than or less than that.
Pete Carroll and Mike Macdonald are very different creatures, very different coaches, very different human beings. But they do share one thing in common. The delivery, very different, but they do know that words matter. Words have power. Mm-hmm. And you're taught that in marketing. You see that in a lot of business. You see it in jingles, right? Those things stick. And man, is he a thoughtful guy with those words and what they mean and how consistent he and that whole team delivers them. Wait till Blue 88. Which will be at 8 because we've got a game to play.
That's for sure.
But Abe Lucas takes that and then makes it even personal. And it's, the buy-in is real high.
It's pretty strong. Couple people not there. Derek Hall, DeMarcus Lawrence, Dante Fowler. So 3 of your...
What's up with that? What's up with D. Hall? D. Hall been listening to you?
Pay the man. Pay D. Hall. I don't know. Sounds like he's been there. I mean, he just wasn't
Oh,
there
he has.
yesterday.
He has.
Emmanuel Wilson not there either. All in, though, successful couple hours on the field.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
And then just quickly worth mentioning, a story yesterday from Adam Jude that Dan Wilson and the coaching staff met with both Luis Castillo and Bryce Miller, trying to make sure everyone's on the same page now moving forward with the piggyback. According to him, Jerry DiPoto also met separately with the pitchers. So I don't know whether everybody's truly excited about it, but at the very least, it should, I would hope, end any public displays of aggravation.
Yeah, I did read a line that I liked from Jerry that needs to be reiterated. And he basically said, hey, this is not an ideal situation.
Right.
We're not trying to reinvent the wheel and be smarter than everybody else. Like, we realize this is not ideal. And I think that more of that is reinforced.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, you're going to have to embrace suck a little bit. This is kind of a sucky situation.
Yeah, you're right, Brock.
Because if you do that, then those guys understand it. Like, you're not, oh, okay. You're not trying to screw me. You're not trying to be cute. You're not trying to reinvent the wheel. This is just a difficult situation. And I can embrace adversity. I can embrace the suckiness of it.
That's a really good point. That is a lot easier to handle.
Sure is.
Like, okay, this isn't what you want to do, but
it probably would have been
for a little
healthier
while.
if that was messaged before any of this.
And not just to the players, but to the fans and media.
That's right. That's right.
Like, yeah, we don't want to do this.
Right.
Oh, that's a good point. Well said. All right, that's
Thanks,
everything you need to know.
Every
Quarter
once in a
past
while.
every hour here.
You know, Salk, now
on
that
the
I'm
Brock and
coaching,
Salk
my
Show.
points, I feel
Of
like
course.
are more.
Are you coaching again? I hadn't heard that. That's good.
Yep.
He can play pickleball, and you're coaching. It's too bad nobody ever talks about
I'm going to
these
tell you
things.
right now, though, if I hear that Derek Hall is sitting out,
yeah,
I'm going to be pissed.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Devin Witherspoon is going to make 3X and deserves 3X, and he ain't missing anything.
So?
I thought you were going to say
I
it would
thought
be
you-
Salk's
Salk-
fault.
That's
if
what I
Devin-
thought you were going to say, too.
So I thought you were Mr. Hey, man, like this matters. Hey, don't go to Haiti. Hey, don't go to Vancouver. I thought you were that guy.
I wish all of those guys were there. I'm not.
You're not going to be upset with Derek Hall if it turns out that he's making a little point like, hey, man, I'm here for everything else, but once we start competing, I'm
No,
not
that's
doing it until I
different.
get paid.
That's actually different.
What?
Yeah.
What?
That's different.
Oh, we're going to talk about this later.
That's
Okay,
totally
let's go.
different.
Let's-
That's
let's-
different from I need to go to Haiti. I can't possibly be here. Like,
Okay. All right.
I need to
Hey,
know
we got a game to
why
play.
the
Let's go.
guys
Let's
weren't
go.
there
Let's go.
before
We got a
can
game to
jump
play.
into
I
that.
know. That's what I said.
All right, we need two callers who want to win Mariner tickets, who think they're smarter than a fifth grader, or who think Lyle's smarter than a fifth grader, or not.
Or think
They have to know whether Lyle is going to know these
They
questions.
don't have to
or not.
beat Lyle. They just have to guess whether or not Lyle will answer these questions correctly. In his final week here on the show, just a couple days left. If you want to win Mariner tickets, 866-979-3776. We're going to take two callers. I've got, 10 questions plus a few music questions. So, 14 total questions for Lyle.
I don't know if we would get to them all. Just wanted to have, enough for tiebreakers.
No, it's good. And they're hard, I think. So you guys will have to determine whether or not Lyle knows the answers to these questions. If you want to win, call 866-979-3776, and we'll be right back.
Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
Trey Wingo joins us now.
Still feels like there's some doubt when it comes to Sam in this offense, especially when you insert a new offensive coordinator.
Until Sam does this consistently, I don't mean win a Super Bowl, but consistently show up in playoff games, that's going to be a thing, right? The hardest thing for a Super Bowl champ is now it's different. You are everybody's Super Bowl that season, and everybody's coming at you. Instead of being one of the hunters, you are the hunted.
Bump and Stacy, only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Well, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First. I've told you guys all week, really for the last couple weeks, about their amazing deal. For a limited time, get 50% off demolition costs. That's up to $5,000 when you book your project. But what I love even more is actually the personal stories. I don't think a friend of mine would mind me reading this. Send it to me. They're using PCF. They heard me talk about People Come First, and this was pretty cool. This was their words, not mine. I wanted to let you know how awesome the team at PCF has been with my project at my house. If only all companies could have that level of responsiveness and customer service. That is what they're about. So start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Molly and I loved what they built for us some years ago, and we so enjoyed it. Some of our favorite time was even actually sitting out in the weather. They'll handle it all. And the planning, the permitting, the construction, they do take some time. So go get your project started today. Get your project ideas, browse the amazing photos, and find those offer details like $5,000 off your demo costs at PCFgroup.com. That's PCFgroup.com.
Hey,
Hey, you mind keeping it down up there, please?
KeyBank will meet you in that I need new neighbors moment.
Rick, it's your mortgage loan officer, Beth. I was in the neighborhood and wanted to let you know your home loan application's been approved.
Beth, you're always there for me, and not a moment too soon.
Are your neighbors bowling with grand pianos again?
And apparently raising livestock?
Ew.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 399797.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a hospitality manager at a 5-star hotel.
So I just checked into room 318, but someone was in there.
Room 318. Oh, you were supposed to be booked in 813, which is now booked.
So what do we do?
How about rock, paper, scissors for who gets the bid?
This is time for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, price and valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Go ahead, take the leap. Upgrade your pad with Snohomish PUD. Trim your energy costs and cozy up your home with rebates on windows, insulation, heat pumps, and more. Get the jump on comfort and savings you'll enjoy for years. Snohomish PUD has helped customers save energy and money for over 45 years. Don't wait. Hop over to snowpud.com/rebates.
The Mariners are all about giving you more baseball for your buck. With Mariners Value Games, you can score seats for less than $12 on select dates all season long. Plus, be sure to check out the biggest ever value menu and beer lineup. Available every game and featuring 36 items, from ballpark classics like hot dogs, nachos, and refillable sodas to canned brews starting at just $5. Go to mariners.com/value to grab your value game tickets and check out the full slate of value options at T-Mobile Park.
Mariners and A's today in Sacramento. 12:05 first pitch, 11 a.m. pregame. Get every pitch of every game for free on the Seattle Sports app.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, we got a bunch of moving parts for this, Brock. I'm ready, though, I think, for us to play a little fun game. Lyle, as you may have heard, we mentioned it yesterday. He announced it yesterday. Lyle is leaving us. Sad news. He's going off to work on his own projects, and we're proud of him, and we're happy for him. We're going to miss him, but we also thought this would be a great opportunity to give another chance to play. Is Lyle smarter than a fifth grader? Right. And we do have a couple of contestants on the line.
Because we all know Lyle loves school.
He loved it.
You know what? Let me reframe that. He loves to learn.
Yes.
Deeply curious.
Yes.
About baseball.
Yeah. Something
That's
like that.
about it.
Well, Tyler, Jacob, let's meet our contestants here. We will start on line. Here we go. Here is. Let me make sure I get this right, Brock, so I don't screw this up.
Don't hang up on him.
Okay, there is Jake. Good morning, Jake.
What's going on, guys?
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jake.
Oh, I am a punk rocker that loves sports from Tacoma.
Okay. Who's your favorite punk rock band?
Oh man, that's like picking your favorite pet. Currently, let's go with the current one. There's a band from way over in Europe called the Bad Mojos that I've been listening to over and over.
All right.
Bad Mojos. Okay.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it, Jake.
Okay. We got Jake, the punk rocker in Tacoma, and then we'll go to Des Moines to talk to Tyler. Good morning, Tyler.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Born and raised in the Pacific Northwest, not a fan of Puyallup, and yeah, I'm a sports fanatic.
All right.
Nice,
well, that is not going to help you here, nor is the punk rock background for Jake.
Well, I mean, Brock's not a judge. It's just, does Lyle know it or not?
No, I know. Being a sports fanatic is not going to help because you don't need to know sports. You just need to be able to figure out whether Lyle knows anything. So, without further ado, let's play Is Lyle Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? All right. Thank you, Maura. Jake, you don't know this, but you won the toss backstage, so you get to go first.
Oh, heck yeah.
There's no steals. Just going to go back and forth, and here's all you got to do without answering the question. Do not answer
answer the question.
I will ask the question. Can you turn the music down just a hair? I will ask the question. And you have to determine whether or not Lyle knows the answer. So just give me a he does or doesn't. Got it?
Got it.
All right. Question number 1. Lyle, what do you call the process of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly? What do you call the process of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly? Jake, will he know the answer or not?
Negative.
Do you know the answer?
Yes.
You think. Lyle, what do you call the process of a caterpillar becoming and he said yes, right? He went with yes.
No, he said negative.
Oh, he said negative. Sorry. He went with negative. No. Lyle, do you know?
Absolutely not. So Jake's getting this point.
Did you ever grow the cocoons in school and like release the butterflies?
I don't think so.
We did that.
And it's funny, of all the subjects I hated, which was all of them, if you had to rank your hates, science was last. So no.
All right, Jake. You got the point. What's it called, Jake? Jake?
The metamorphosis.
There we go.
Hey!
Nice work.
I wanted to say photosynthesis.
Yeah. I think we had that the last time.
We did.
All right, Tyler, you get your chance now. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
The question for Lyle will be, what is the center of an atom called? What do you call the center of an atom? Do you think Lyle will know the answer to that question?
I'm going to say he does.
Wow. Okay.
That's a
Lyle.
really, really gutsy guess.
Yep, he believes in you.
All right, Lyle, for Tyler's sake, what do you call the center of an atom?
I think Tyler's a fool. I don't know, the powerhouse of the cell?
The powerhouse. Yeah, the power source.
The mitochondria.
Yeah.
They're known as the powerhouse of a cell.
I don't think that's quite what we were looking for. You really... Tyler, he gave you a hint. He told you how much he hated science. Do you know, Tyler?
I
I know it's the nucleus. You gotta have a good nucleus to have a good sports team.
I think it's nucleus, but yes, the nucleus.
Well
yes.
done. Wow.
Like a nuclear bomb. They split the atom. Lyle.
Yep.
You ever
Tyler,
heard
how
of
old? Tyler and Jake, how old are you guys? How old are you, Tyler?
I'm 41.
41. Jake?
38.
38. Okay, 41.
A lot older than Lyle.
All right, so Jake's
right.
got a 1-0 lead.
Jake, your
on
chance
Tyler.
to increase your lead here. Will Lyle know who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Will Lyle know who was the primary writer of the Declaration of Independence?
No.
The confidence with which he goes against Lyle.
Lyle?
All right.
Lyle, who wrote it?
Who wrote it, Lyle?
A bunch of people signed it, right?
Who wrote the Declaration of Independence?
Jefferson?
That's correct.
Okay, good.
Thomas Jefferson. Wow.
Jake.
I actually did not
In
know
your
that. I did
face.
not see that coming.
In your face. All right. Chance tied up, Tyler.
This is a weird one. This one's a little strange.
Chance to tie it up.
Tyler, I don't know which way to go on this. Lyle, according to the classic Mother Goose rhyme, hey diddle diddle, who ran away with the spoon? That is the question for Lyle.
What do you think, Tyler? Does he know it?
No.
No.
I think he.
No.
What do
Lyle?
you think, Brock? Do you think he knows it?
No.
The look on his face tells me he doesn't.
No. Yes. I'll give you Jim Maura. No. No.
Lyle,
Miles
who ran away with the spoon?
No.
This has to be made up. This isn't.
Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle?
You never even heard of the nursery rhyme?
AI.
It's not AI. It's from like the 1400s.
Way to go, Tyler.
Maybe AI existed back then. We didn't know it.
Have you
Way to
heard
go,
of Mother
Tyler.
Goose?
No.
In Grimm?
No.
Nope. Nope.
Now, see, somebody texted in. Does Lyle even know who tried to steal the Declaration of Independence? Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, for sure. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the dish ran away with the spoon. The dish. Tyler, you get the point. Nice job.
Are we tied?
Yeah,
we're tied. 1-1. I'm keeping score. I got score. 1-1.
You want a music question?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the punk rocker, do it. Do it
For the punk rocker. All right,
For the punk
rocker. Hold on, let me pull up the music folder I have here.
Oh yeah.
I got to get the right folder set up for this. I screwed. This one's on me. I wasn't quite ready for the music. Okay, here we go. Lyle, can you name either the band or the name of this song? Okay, either the band or the name of the song.
That's enough.
That's enough. I mean, like, if you don't know it by then, you don't know it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Jake. Will Lyle know either the band or the name of that song?
He's got to.
No way. You're crazy.
He believes in it.
0.0 chance.
Let him believe in him.
I know. He already said yes.
He said
I'm going to
yes.
say 0.0 on this one. There's no chance.
Wow.
None.
There's no way a fifth grader knows this. There's no way. This song sounds 50 years
I
old.
looked
Both of my kids would know.
Okay, but normal fifth graders don't.
But you call my kids abnormal?
I'm calling them smarter than the average.
I looked
fifth
up some
grader.
of the most recognizable songs, and this popped up on multiple lists.
What?
You ever seen Wayne's World?
No.
All right. That would be Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Okay.
Oh, well, other Queen songs I actually know.
Like
Not
what?
that
Yeah.
one.
We are the champions. Yeah.
We Will Rock You.
We will rock you. Jake,
Are
I
there
told
Queen
you.
What's the
songs?
one? What's the one where they start by saying "Ayo" a bunch of times? I mean, I saw.
That's not them.
That's in the stadium. Yeah, that's in the stadium.
Well, I saw the movie.
I know what you mean.
Oh my God.
All right, sorry, Jake. That was a mistake. You never should have trusted him.
Isn't AO, you're talking about the Ramones?
All right, here we
No,
go.
it's
I
just
don't know,
it's the way he warmed up.
Yeah,
the-
yeah, yeah,
the
it's
crowd.
Freddie
Yeah,
and the-
It's fair. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
1-1, by the way.
Tyler,
1-1.
we're going to give you a
1-1.
music one as well. Will Lyle know either the name of this song at recognizable? Tyler, will Lyle know either the name of that song or who sings it? One of Bob's favorite songs to sing. He will? You're crazy again. You're nuts. You're absolutely crazy. There's no way.
Tyler and Jacob believe in you, Lyle.
Lyle, who sings that song, or what is it called?
I've Got Sunshine?
No.
Oh.
Lyle. Really? What? Nothing?
Maybe, probably,
You ever been to a wedding or anything?
How many weddings do you think I've been to?
I don't know. You're almost 30 years old. Some. Okay, here comes the chorus. Here we go. Ready?
My girl, my girl, my girl.
Well, you guys have both given Lyle way too much credit.
Have either of these callers or either of you guys able to name a song on Iceman?
Lyle.
Who's Iceman?
No.
Lyle.
Ew, Lyle.
Those are not analogous.
He said ew, Lyle.
No, not ew. It's like the most popular album out there right now.
That's not analogous.
All right. So it's still 1-1. Still 1-1. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Jake, it's back to you. Lyle, the question for you is, the U.S. Naval Academy is located in which city? The U.S. Naval Academy is located in which city? Jake, will Lyle know the answer?
No.
I think he does. I think he's got this one.
His brother's a military man.
Exactly, and I think he knows, from sports and stuff. I think he will know this.
Yep.
I mean, my brother's in the Air Force, so I don't think that would help with the Navy, although this does kind of tie to college football.
Right. That's why I thought you might know it.
Yeah. What city is it, Lyle?
City.
Oh.
No, hang on.
No. We're going to give you about 3 seconds here.
Yep, 3, 2.
Maryland. Annapolis, Maryland.
Hey!
I told you you'd know that one.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Jake,
Lyle.
sorry. Lyle
Golly.
bested you.
Jake and Tyler got no feel for Lyle.
None.
They got no feel for it.
I've known Lyle right. I've gotten him right on every one of these.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Tyler, will Lyle know this
1-1.
one? We're still tied 1-1. You guys are terrible at this game. Awful. Who was the first person to step on the moon? Who was the first person to step on the moon? Tyler, will Lyle know the answer to that question?
No.
Give me a Bruce Irvin no on that one.
Actually, no.
Listen, for every no, I don't blame him one bit for saying no. It'd be really funny here if I just said Lance Armstrong, but it's Neil Armstrong.
Oh, Lyle. You guys have no feel for Lyle. None. This is horrific. All right, still 1-1 after
what was that guy's name
4 rounds.
What was that guy's name in Hanford? That was terrible.
I forget that guy's name.
Oh.
Lousy Larry?
Lousy Larry is over in Hanford, just sipping his coffee right now. Thankful for you two.
Okay, here we go.
This is what you get, Tyler, for taking a shot at Puyallup, too.
There's only a couple rounds left. I'm not going to do any more music because obviously the answer to those are no. So I'm not even going to do any more music.
Again, but you guys couldn't name Iceman songs, so we're even.
Okay.
It's not true. That's just not,
Okay.
not how this
Here we go.
works.
Here we
All
go.
right. Jake, it's back to you. What is the longest river in the United States? What is the longest river in the United States? In some ways, kind of a trick question, but what is the longest river in the United States? Will Lyle know the answer?
I'm going to stick with no.
Yeah, I would bet no on this. That's a good bet.
And by the way, tickets. Have you told Jake and Tyler that tickets are on the line?
Oh, yeah, they know.
Mariner tickets.
Yeah.
Lyle, what's the longest river in the U.S.?
Mississippi?
I said it's sort of a trick question.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's the Missouri.
Yeah. It's actually the Missouri, Lyle.
Okay.
You ever heard of the Missouri?
Sure, yeah. Great river.
Okay, 2-1.
All right, 2-1.
Way to go, Jake.
That was Jake. Yeah.
That was Jake. 2-1.
All right, Tyler, chance to match him. Will Lyle know the 3 states of matter? What are the 3 states of matter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, probably no.
Yeah,
no.
there's no way. He is going to say, I don't understand what this means and why does it matter? Yeah.
Massachusetts, Mississippi.
Lyle, what are not the 3 states that matter? What are the 3 states of matter?
It do not matter.
It do not matter. Any guesses?
Come on, Lyle.
That's a little Uzi or long. Another great artist from my world.
Lyle, your mother is listening to you right now.
Let's hope not.
No, none. The fifth graders aren't getting this.
Yes, they are. What if I tell you one? Can you get the other two? We're already going to give Tyler the point. If I tell you that one of them is solid, do you know what the other two would be?
Oh, actually, yeah, that helps.
Okay.
Gas and liquid?
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I had a feeling that would help.
Yeah.
But you did not know the answer, so we're going to go with no.
2-2.
I mean, Lyle, people are actually roasting you more for bringing up Iceman like it's cool than for us not knowing. They're saying that Drake's cooked.
I don't think he is, based on the numbers on his album.
Meh. A lot of suckers out there. All right, Tyler. Or I'm sorry, Jake. Jake, you're up.
2-2.
2-2.
2-2.
Chance to differentiate yourself. Lyle, what unit of measurement is abbreviated OZ? What unit of measurement do we abbreviate with OZ?
If he doesn't get this, I quit life.
He's got to know this one. Come on.
Well, you have to know this. I think he does. I'm with you. I think he knows this one.
I got nervous at the start of this question, but no, it's ounces.
Okay. What if it was LBs?
Pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got that.
All right. So that's 3 for Jake?
Yep, that's 3 for Jake.
All right, Tyler, this is the last one. You will tie with if you get this right.
All right.
And by the way, I think this is it's not the hardest question, but it's the hardest one to know whether or not Lyle will know. I have no idea whether or not Lyle will know the answer to this one. So, Tyler, if you get this right, I'll be impressed. Lyle, the female of what animal species is called a ewe? The female of what animal species is called a ewe?
Can you spell it for him?
I'm happy to spell that for you. Yes, Maura. That is allowed. The spelling of ewe in this case is E-W-E. Ewe. E-W-E. Spells ewe. Tyler, do you think he knows what species of animal the female is called a ewe?
I'm going to go no.
I think that's a good guess, but as I said, this one's a really hard one. What do you think, Brock? Do you think he knows?
I think he knows this.
I don't think he does. I think I'm with Tyler, but I don't feel good about my answer.
Okay. Come on, Lyle.
Lyle,
your
do you know
father's
what a
listening.
ewe is?
This ain't real. Like, this ain't a real thing. E-W-E, again. Fifth graders ain't getting this.
Yes, they really are. So you're saying no?
No.
He doesn't know.
I just saw a movie about these detectives. We just talked about them.
Okay.
They're sheep.
Oh. Yeah, it's a sheep.
Oh.
We were
okay.
We were looking for the sheep.
We were looking for sheep.
Okay, so we're tied. How you
Yeah,
gonna do this?
and
We're tied.
I can't ask any more of these questions.
Why
They're so
not?
because he doesn't know anything.
Come on.
More music?
We got it. No, come on. We two more. Tiebreaker. Here we go.
I don't have any more on my sheet. I have to now make one up.
You went through all the questions.
That was all the
Morgan?
questions. I was thinking of splitting the tickets for them.
We do have more songs.
Oh, we have 4 tickets.
We do have 4
We do.
tickets. I'll
Do
do
Jake
this.
and
I'll do
Tyler-
the other 2 songs, and then otherwise they'll split the ticket.
Okay. All right.
All right, Jake.
Jake.
Will Lyle know the name of or who sings this song?
That's good. What do you think, Jake?
Will he know either the name or who sings that song?
He has to know this one.
Oh my God, he's got to. It's so unique. Come on, Lyle.
Are you
Come
saying
on.
yes?
Are you saying yes or no?
I'm
Jake?
saying yes. It might bite me, but yeah, I'm saying yes.
Either the name or the band that sings that song.
I don't think this guy wants to win Mariners tickets.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Lyle.
What?
Lyle.
That's
fifth
played in
grader's
a
not getting
lot of
this.
stadiums. A lot of stadiums.
What could
Lyle.
this song possibly
Come
be
on,
called?
Lyle.
What, just give it away now? Give it away?
We're trying to give away these tickets, but they're not going to go to Jake because you didn't know the name of that song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Well, the last one I guessed with the words in the lyric, you said it was wrong.
It was.
Yeah.
All right, last chance.
By the way, 425 says My Girl was played at a Mariners game less than 2 weeks
It
ago.
was. 100%.
It's not Iceman. The Lucy shirt. All right,
Okay.
last chance,
Tyler,
Tyler,
the winner.
for the win. Otherwise, you guys got to split these tickets. Will Lyle know either the name All right, what do we think? Will Lyle know either the name of or who sings that song?
He will. Yes.
Everyone keeps betting on Lyle.
Yeah.
Does Lyle know the name of that song or who sings it?
He likes that genre a little bit.
I would put that more in the R&B category.
I
but
would,
okay.
but the vibe.
All right, Lyle, we're running out of time. What do you got?
Lyle.
Do you know who sings that song or what the name of it is?
There was a TikTok that went viral 5 years ago. These couple of people who had to guess whether they knew the names of songs or not. They didn't know this one. Is it Say My Name?
Yes, by
Christina Aguilera.
Oh, no.
You get credit for the win because yes,
no.
you got the name of the song.
What group Beyonce
Because it
started
just
in?
said, "Say my name." Say
That's the
my
name of the song.
I know, but they repeated that lyric
They
5
said
times.
give it away too, and he still couldn't get it. Nope. Hey, Tyler had the chance.
Salk said song or artist. Or name of song or
He
artist.
had the chance. Lyle, that's Destiny's Child.
Oh, Beyonce was in a group at one point?
Oh, my Lord. Oh my God. Thank
Yeah,
God
she
you're
went
leaving
solo.
the
She
show.
was famous way before that.
Thank God you're
With
leaving the
Destiny's
show.
Child.
Congrats, Tyler.
Jake, I'm sorry. You obviously
You
put
believed
too
in Lyle.
much faith
Way
in
too
Lyle,
much.
and I apologize. I thought you guys were going to split the tickets, but it didn't. It didn't work out that way. So, Jake, I'm sorry. I don't know how do I do all this. Hold on, I got to put everybody on hold. I think.
Yeah, just keep Tyler on the line.
Do that, and then.
So good.
All right. Oh, that was sad.
Way to compete, Jake.
Yeah,
Way to compete.
Jake, way to give it your all. We appreciate you.
You
but-
did. You emptied the tank.
But you lost. So, all right, you're gone. Tyler is on hold. Maura will get all the rest of his info. Lyle, you're a buffoon, and we'll be right back on Brock and Salk.
This is Brock and Salk's. Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Around here, we see a lot of people head out. No matter where they're going, we just help make sure they're ready. Before you hit the road, get a pre-trip safety check from Les Schwab Tires. It's free. Plus, this May, save up to $200 on select sets of 4 tires, including all-terrain, highway, all-season, and all-weather. So go ahead. Explore with confidence. Les Schwab Tires. We're here to help you take the long way. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Underestimating the trucking industry is one of the biggest mistakes I see victims and other lawyers make. Trucking companies have an army of lawyers and experts who act quickly after an accident to protect the company. Only an experienced trucking accident lawyer can navigate the complicated federal and state laws to protect your rights. If you or a loved one has been injured in a trucking accident, call Davis Law Group today for a free consultation or get my free book on trucking accident law at washingtonaccidentbooks.com.
Hey, baseball fans, Rick Riz here. I'm excited to introduce you to my good friend Keith Dashafee, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Keith?
Thanks, Rick. Improve your play with 40% off installation or 0% financing for 16 months with equal payments. And we're giving back with 2 $5,000 scholarships for our local youth sports teams. Upgrade your home today at PellaPNW.com.
That's fantastic, Keith. Don't wait. Schedule your free appointment today at PellaPNW.com.
Do you need a new roof? Then trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing to get you taken care of this spring. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and secure $500 off your roof replacement. Right now, you can still take advantage of spring pricing and beat the summer rush. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken,
this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Get in the freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
I don't read the internet, guys.
Take the bull by the hands.
And Brooke, you are. And Brooke, you are.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
Brad in Des Moines says this is making me not want to be alive anymore. That feels strong. Feels a little harsh. Are Tyler and Jake auditioning to be the new Lyle? These guys are both clueless. I think they knew the answer to all that stuff. Yeah. Lyle, don't get down on yourself. Salk just has to make himself feel better because he knows he has a lot less time left on this planet than you do. All right, well, that feels really, again, harsh. Really, really harsh. Yeah. Lyle gets to ask Salk the final question. Will Amai throw a no-hitter this year? Let me be clear. He only went 6 innings. He didn't exactly throw a whole no-hitter. There's no chance that guy's going to go a complete game. All right. Lyle, thank you for being a good sport, and we will now ask Brock some football questions.
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Heward tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
By the way, 253 got it right yesterday. Said, my guess at 9 o'clock is that either Daniel Jeremiah has signed a deal and is coming back for another year, or Lyle has finally had enough and is leaving the show to work on Jeopardy, which is funny. Today, same person writes in, how on earth did Lyle make it through the interview process to land this job? And what idiot interviewed him? That would be Kyle.
You know, my brother was listening through to that segment, and he's a huge fan of Queen, so he is laughing, saying, how did you not get Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah.
Because he loves it. Although, he says it was a totally fair point that you're asking Brock and Salk about artists that you know and they don't know. Because, for example, no shot they'd know EXO Tour Life, even though that was the biggest song in the world for about a year. And yeah, you guys have no
But
idea what I'm
these
talking
songs
about.
have lasted years and years, Lyle. Like, people know them still.
Multi-generational.
My Girl has been a classic since forever. Like,
EXO Tour Life's been being played for about a decade now.
Okay.
Long time?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
It's definitely the same thing, Lyle. You got it. You're right. It's pretty much the same. You're right. You got us. I got, I'll admit defeat. You got us on that. Brock, what is something Mike Macdonald actually shares with Pete Carroll?
Yes. We talked about this earlier in Need to Know. It is the importance of messaging and how words do have power and matter. And it is something that the counterpart down in the Bay Area, Kyle Shanahan, just doesn't.
Yeah.
He's a great talker. He's going to go into media. He was really good before the Super Bowl. And, he's an open book, pretty transparent, but you will never ever hear, you would never heard Pete Carroll say this, and you'll never hear Mike Macdonald say this. This was Kyle Shanahan on,
having to travel to Australia. Yeah.
Yes.
The fact that you had to go to Australia that you weren't thrilled with, or the fact that the Rams asked for you guys by name to go to Australia that didn't have you feeling all that great?
Both. But more that than the other. I mean, we only get 3 close flights.
Yeah.
And whether it's Seattle, Arizona, and LA, so to get one of those taken away is tough. Just when you travel a lot, especially when it's 19 hours away on an airplane. That's not like a small flight. So that stuff adds up. But no, I love our fans taking over SoFi.
Again, it's totally honest, transparent, and maybe there is a level of Mike Macdonald with his wife, or maybe he and John Schneider, off the record, tough trip. But they would never, ever, ever, ever share any of that publicly.
It's very excusey.
Yeah, it does start to smell that way.
It smells a lot of Bruisarians.
It gives you...
Makes me want to drink paint again.
And it just kind of gives your team runway to believe that. And, buy into that. Oh, woe is us. Oh, we travel a lot. You know who else travels a lot? Seattle. How many close trips do they have? Do they have a trip that's equivalent of, only to you? You get to at least go to LA and Arizona, short trips. They don't have that. So shut your mouth. I just don't think that's beneficial. Actually, don't shut your mouth. Keep doing it. It's great.
Right.
And you need to have people that do things in different ways. But as far as messaging to your team, you would just never hear Pete or Mike ever say something like that.
All right, I agree. Question number 2. Speaking of the NFC West, Brock, give me another reason why drafting Ty Simpson at 12 was both short-sighted and foolish.
Yeah, I sent you just a list of names yesterday. I was looking at some really early mock drafts, but more importantly, just quarterbacks in next year's draft class. Do you know why you don't take Ty Simpson at number 12?
Because there's 15 guys?
Yeah, because there are a tremendous amount of talented players in next year's draft. Do you know why Ty Simpson decided to turn down $6 million to go back to play at Miami or another school? Because he wanted to be in this draft class. Because the next one in this draft class was Drew Aller and homeboy from Miami via Georgia down to the Arizona Cardinals. That was it. So he knew that he had a chance to be the number 2. He knew in his heart of heart, I'm not going to be the number 2 in next year's class. Certainly not going to be the number 1 ahead of Arch Manning or Dante Moore. I mean, honestly, this list, I'll just rattle off a bunch of names that I think have a chance to be drafted in much better prospects than Ty Simpson. C.J. Carr at Notre Dame, Arch Manning at Texas, Dante Moore at Oregon, Jaden Maiava at USC, Darian Mensah, who transferred to Miami from Duke, Lenore Sellers. We talked about him at this time last year. Sam Levitt, if he's got a healthy shoulder. Josh Hoover, very productive at TCU, now at Indiana. Even a couple former local guys in Mateer and Damon Williams, depending on how their year goes. There is a lot of talent. Why they jumped in on the Ty Simpson train just befuddles me. I will say I did learn heard one other kind of interesting nugget that may not be terribly surprising, is that I did hear, and why McVay reacted in some of the way he did, was he just knows he's done when Stafford's done.
Right.
I'm not ready to make history with that guy.
Let's make history, coach. Yeah, no.
I need to hear
anyway,
that after the next question.
Let's see what I can find.
Thanks.
Brock, question number 3. Tom Blair of NFLtherego.com picked one underappreciated player from each NFC team. Who was his Seahawk?
I co-signed on his pick, Abe Lucas. Charles Cross gets a lot of credit, JSN, Sam Darnold, Spoon, Leonard Williams. Go down the list of when Abe Lucas is going to, get his slice of credit pie, and it's going to be way down the list. He's a tremendous tackle, had a great season. And this was yesterday with Wyman and Bob, kind of talking about the messaging and the language, and we're not, the direction that Mike Macdonald goes. Here's a player emphasizing it from his perspective.
For me, my mindset is kind of like, it was such like a confidence boost for me and how far that we went collectively as a team, and confidence boost for me in my performance individually. So now it's more of kind of like, not even just can we do it again, but it's like, how good can we be? Like we were good last year, like let's be even better this year, and let's really hone in on the craft of it all, and then really it's just focusing on the process like Mike talks about all the time. The goal obviously is to win, but you can't just focus on the end goal. You have to focus on the individual steps it takes to get there, and that's what we're trying to do and what we're going to do again this year, just at a better level.
That's a right tackle talking about running it forward, not running it back, running it forward in his own words. That's called a locker room that hears a message and it doesn't go in one ear and out the other. They personalize it. It's meaningful. It has magnitude. How good can we be, man? That's the whole mindset. That's exactly what you want, man. And I loved hearing that yesterday.
All right, there you go. That is today's version of Blue 88. Sorry, a little late, but, Lyle answering questions was super important today.
Pat, what's up, Coach?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, man. Well, congratulations, man. Excited to get to work with you. It's going to be a lot of fun, buddy.
Let's go make history, Coach.
Yeah. No, and, hey, enjoy this night.
It keeps getting better every time. Because even when he says hi, McVay sounds dismissive. Even the hello, like, hey, buddy, whatever. Like,
Pat, what's up, Coach?
How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, man. Well, congratulations, man. Excited to get to work with you.
You can almost just see his eyebrows up, just like, what are we doing? What are we even doing here?
It's going to be a lot of fun, buddy.
Let's go make history, Coach.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Have fun tonight. See ya.
Yeah, no.
Oh, man. That is bad. That's an underrated, funny piece of sound, man. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, that's not how this is going to go. Hey, speaking of that, Coach, what'd you like about Ty Simpson? He seems like a really great pick.
Yeah, there was a lot of players that we liked.
Right.
But when you do look at it, I think the thing you liked about the body of work is, let's make one thing clear. This is Matthew's team.
Let's get to need to know.
We'll do it next on Brock and Salk.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Feeling lucky? Don't miss the Lucky Spring Classic Collector Car, Truck, and Boat Auction. Saturday, June 6th at Tacoma's LeMay Marymount Events Center. Up to 200 collector, vintage, and classic vehicles, many going to the highest lucky bidder with absolutely no reserve. Get lucky, get local, and get in line. Visit LuckyOldCar.com for a list and pictures of auction vehicles. Or call 206-467-6531 for bidding and consignment details.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home and auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Listen every day to the Bump and Stacy Show for headline rewrites. Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services. Security systems and fire alarms for every business. Bay Alarm, we got you.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Power your drive with Mobil 1 motor oil. Buy 5 quarts, get $15 back, and score a fast and furious prize after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, give the Mariners some credit. It's a great win last night. It was kind of a noisy day with everybody talking about the piggyback and Luis's frustration and Bryce's frustration. And you know what they went out and did? Scored a bunch of runs and pitched the lights out of that game. I mean, that was awesome. Emerson Hancock was as good gets yesterday. 6 shutout innings of dominance. Offense got it going. Julio part of that.
Swung on, smoked into left field. It's a hit. Robles scores. The Mariners have another. Julio, a laser of a base hit to drive in a run. It's 4-0 Mariners.
Julio
got their young gun out. Yeah,
kind of everybody, man. Just a good nailer, good team effort with everybody just getting after Gage jump. It's a tough one, man. In any event, great job. Nice job by the Mariners. Nice job getting after a lefty.
Yeah, for sure. Hard to know what to expect from the kid tonight. I thought he had a great first inning. Looked like he was going to be, a tough customer, but I thought the at-bats in that second inning were outstanding. Again, not trying to do too much, just waiting to get a pitch that they could handle, which they did. And then, creating the traffic and getting things rolling. And just some, again, getting that done early and then allowing Emerson to kind of go do what he does. Tremendous job.
You know what else was kind of nice? We've talked about with some of the injuries, some of the limitations in personnel and things that Dan can do and levers he can pull, and the lack of defense, and because of that, just kind of the lack of margin in some of these games. But all of a sudden, you put Robles' speed out in right field. All of a sudden, you have Emerson at third base. All of a sudden, Cole Young has emerged as one of the best defensive second basemen in all of baseball. You don't have that same worry when the ball's hit to third, or that ball's hit to right field, or that ball's hit to second.
Kind of a few if he plays at third.
Say that again?
Kind of few if he plays at third.
Really?
Another one yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought your first baseman can make that play.
That was a tough play. That took him into foul ground. I thought Naylor should have dug that out.
Absolutely. That wasn't that hard to dig. He usually digs that thing 9 out of 10 times. Great hands. He just gets to it. He fires it from, way outside the line.
Okay.
He makes a little foul, a couple of plays.
I'm sure it's going to be great. It's not like I'm now soured on the defense, but just a couple of plays where I was like, I kind of thought that might have gone mid. That's all. Just a little surprise. The A's are betting the Mariners can't hit 2 lefties in a row. They're going to start Jeffrey Springs today.
What are you betting?
Me? I don't bet on baseball, knowing that it is impossible to do because this game makes absolutely no sense. Jeffrey Springs will play a pitch against Logan Gilbert today. Win gets the Mariners past the A's and into first place.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Seahawks out practicing yesterday, Brock, for the most part. A couple of guys not there. Derek Hall, DeMarcus Lawrence, Dante Fowler, Emmanuel Wilson. I don't think that there's any real news there other than that you'd like everyone to be there, right? Dante Fowler is the one that maybe surprised me the most. Like, dude, you weren't here last year. Like, I get that he has kind of gone out, Mike has kind of gone out of his way to say, hey, we want to make sure everybody's fully healthy, and it, it's a lot of extra strain on the body to go all the way to the Super Bowl, and so, take some time off. I get all that.
Yep.
He wasn't here. He didn't go all the way there. Like,
no, he did not.
What are you doing?
No.
Why isn't he there?
And again, you got like 9 of these. You don't
I'd like Dante Fowler to be there.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He has been present for other stuff.
Yep.
I know, but
just to note.
Come on. That's kind of like
Macdonald said that Emmanuel had a personal deal going on. I will ask. Hawkblogger's going to join us. We got his takeaways. We got Maura's takeaways. I am kind of curious about the Derek Hall. That's 3 edge guys. One of the points you made yesterday. What you going to watch for?
Yeah,
and where your eyes are going to be.
I would have been watching a lot of Jared Ivey and Chen Nwosu, I guess. So. Yeah, let's see. Lots of folks. Mike spoke afterwards. We've played a little bit of the running it forward, but he's just happy for them all out to be all out there.
So much fun being back out there. Guys, just really love our intent right now. It's been part of our messaging so far this offseason, and we've had a really spirited offseason program up to this point and gone through phase 1 and phase 2. We started phase 3 obviously today, and I thought we had a great practice. So we're off to a good start. But let's just focus on being us, throughout the rest of this program and go out the right way. But really happy with where our guys are mentally, and we're just kind of all on a different different plan right now. So we got some guys that are taking some more reps than others. Some guys maybe not be here, but right now. But overall, really positive day.
And a little news, too. One of the other little bit of news that I didn't know is that both Saubert and A.J. Barn are dealing with a little something. So little Barnyard not been participating and working his way back. And Torrey Horton actually may, instead of just a training camp timeline, may actually be able to start doing some stuff before this all ends.
Bummed and surprised, Brock, after your comments about them doing
no. I think just too many moving parts.
I guess.
As we talked about that, where do they house them and how do they get there with all the construction? And do they have enough kind of a footprint to handle all of that with Hard Knocks being there? But Mike kind of
a bummer.
Shut down the Cowboys joint practice.
That's really too bad.
Bummer.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
I said earlier, might not be major news in Seattle right now, but I just kind of remember it for years down the road. Chargers extend Derwin James yesterday. 3 years, $75.5 million. Big contract extension. NFL's highest paid safety for the second time. Did it first in 2022. Again, not a big story necessarily here today, but we've heard those Nicky Manwari comps to Derwin James pretty often.
Yeah, he's not just a safety. He's like, those guys are similar.
Exactly, right? Like, there's a lot of similarity between these two. I was reading DJ on him, Daniel Jeremiah, not Derwin James, but DJ says some players make it real easy to pay them top dollar. I've been working in and around the NFL for 20-plus years. I'll put his positive energy up against anyone that's played in that window. I've never seen him have a bad day.
Yep.
That's pretty high praise.
Pretty high praise, and I think an old Devin Witherspoon kind of fits in that bucket as well.
I'm kind of curious to see if some of that is going to be in Eamon Warry's bag. What is? I mean, we've gotten to know a little of the personality. I'm kind of excited to see if there's some of that in there, some of that leadership in him as well, because you put all of that together with his physical skills, and he could be the highest paid safety in the league a couple of years from now. So there you go. That's everything you need to know. 1:15 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. We are going to get back to talk a little bit baseball later, as the Mariners had a really nice win yesterday. I want to kind of go back over it and what occurred. But
chance to be in first place today.
Absolutely. Win today, they're in first place, just as you draw it up. just as everybody would have expected. We're going to talk to Hawkblogger next, though. Brian Nemhauser. We'll see if his hair survived better than Maura's yesterday. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com.
Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
Trey Wingo joins us now.
Still feels like there's some doubt when it comes to Sam in this offense, especially when you insert a new offensive coordinator.
Until Sam does this, consistently, I don't mean win a Super Bowl, but consistently show up in playoff games, that's going to be a thing, right? The hardest thing for a Super Bowl champ is now it's different. You are everybody's Super Bowl that season, and everybody's coming at you. Instead of being one of the hunters, you are the hunted.
Bump and Stacy, only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Hey, Mike Salk here, and look, we got more than 4,000 people just in our area that have trusted Eastside Weight Loss Clinic because they know it's a safe way to lose a ton of weight. I'm one of them, and I know some of you may be as well. I've heard from other listeners, hosts in the building who've done it, advertisers even who've gone through the program. They all lose weight, 20 to 30 pounds in less than 8 weeks. Yeah, that's what I did. 10 pounds just in the first week alone. And you do it by eating healthy, fresh food that you buy at the grocery store. No costly recurring monthly payments, no injections, pills, reading about scary side effects. No, it's a doctor-developed plan, food that you buy at the grocery store, and it's safe. And it works. Simple as that. You might spend 15 minutes sitting in traffic today. Make sure to take that time and go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com instead. Schedule your free consultation because the only thing you have to lose is the weight itself. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
This is Chris Davis with the Davis Law Group. Did you know that a pedestrian does not have to be crossing the street on a marked crosswalk to have a successful legal claim against the driver? Pedestrians can even be partially at fault for a collision and still have a valuable claim. Call us today for a free consultation or get my free book on pedestrian accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
Mariners and A's today in Sacramento. 12:05 first pitch, 11 a.m. pregame. Get every pitch of every game for free on the Seattle Sports app.
And we're back. The big headline today. Your Washington Credit Union, WSECU, has done it again.
5 straight years as Forbes' best in-state credit union. That's a dynasty, Rick, like 5 straight championship rings.
Or 5 seasons hitting 400, Steve.
Holy catfish! If you want a team that wins year after year, join your Washington Credit Union, WSECU. Details at WSECU.org.
Under these arches, opposing teams are put to the test. Can they hear themselves over the boom of the 12s? Can they withstand the Seattle elements? Can they compete against us?
Touchdown! Seahawks!
This city lives for Sunday. Get your tickets for Seahawks game days at Lumen Field and experience what this city lives for. Visit Seahawks.com today.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, so Seahawks out of practice, and Maura was out there. We're going to get some of her takeaways coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. Our friend, Brian Nemhauser, out there as well yesterday. You may know him as Hawkblogger and all of his various ways in which he communicates with people. Maura said the rain surprised her yesterday. Hair issues. Did you also suffer from hair issues yesterday?
I have such different hair issues than Maura. Let's be really honest about that.
Yeah. You want to take off that hat so people on YouTube can see you? You going to take the hat off? Do you want people to see if your hair's messed?
You want to see? Yeah.
Different.
It's fantastic.
Yours didn't frizz yesterday?
I'm not the guy that's going to be trying to chase youth, guys. No hair coloring.
You're not going to Turkey for implants?
No, not doing any of that. I'm going to make everybody have to look at this, whatever this is, as whatever it turns into.
We appreciate that about you. We really do. All right. So what did you see? We're going to get to Maura's in a little bit. Give me the number one or two things that you saw yesterday.
The number one thing I saw was Riley Mills out there right next to Byron Murphy and Jaron Reed. And seeing that big number 98 out there it was nice to see. Like, I don't think you can underestimate, or maybe the right phrase is overestimate, how big of a deal it is that at this time last year, Riley Mills was watching on the sidelines, still recovering from the knee injury. And it wasn't until the end of the season where you got to see him on the field. Now he is going through the entire offseason program, and he's getting a lot of reps. And so I think this could be just such a big addition to what's already arguably the best defensive tackle group in the NFL. So that was one. Two for me was seeing Jamie Sheriff out there back on the edge. He had been moved to off-ball linebacker last year after his first year being kind of an edge player. And this is a guy that both Mike Macdonald and John Schneider talked about this offseason. And I'm really curious to see what he looks like and how they utilize him. People might remember he had a really great preseason a couple of years ago, and we'll see if he can kind of get back on the track that he seemed to be on. And then the third thing I'd say is Elijah Arroyo. Elijah Arroyo taking advantage of the fact that A.J. Barner was kind of taking some time off due, I think, to what sounds like some surgeries. He'll be back for training camp, but Eric Saubert also did not practice. And so you got a lot of Elijah Arroyo, and he was making catches down the seam. He was making catches in traffic, looking like, a guy that is ready to step up in year two.
I want to say, Hawkblogger here with us, Brian Nemhauser. I want to say just about every time you've joined us on this show, you've had some news brewing, whether it was Geno, whether it was a contract extension. There was just some stuff kind of simmering in Hawkblogger's world. Is there anything kind of simmering in that newsy kind of way?
I hate to disappoint you, but I would never fake it. So no, I don't think so, Brock. I don't think so right now. The closest thing to it that I would speak on is, you guys have, obviously the great Brady Henderson have been talking about what's been going on with Devin Witherspoon. I will just say the ordering, and I know you guys have talked about this as well, the ordering and priority of who they extend has seemed a little bit surprising to me, because in my mind, JSN, fifth-year option, there was no question JSN was always going to be part of this team going forward. Devin Witherspoon, fifth-year option, never a question to me about whether he's going to be part of this team going forward. You've also got the franchise tag beyond the next 2 years, beyond the fifth-year option. Derek Hall, though, this is it. If you do not extend Derek Hall, he will be a free agent. And you saw what happened to Boye Mafe. And I just feel like if you are not really pushing the envelope to try to get that done now, even eclipsing the Boye Mafe number, then I think that puts the Seahawks in a really bad leverage situation at the end of this season, with basically no experienced edges to turn to, with Dante Fowler and DeMarcus Lawrence and Uchenna Nwosu all potentially not being on the team. So that to me is, I guess, I want to hear more about what's going on there.
It's an obvious sign Derek Hall. Like, this to me is as easy as it gets.
Is this what you guys were discussing at the TPC? Was this hole after hole, shot after shot?
Came up.
We weren't not discussing it. It wasn't like something we avoided necessarily.
So why did Derek Hall's absence? Yeah, was there any role with his absence?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Someone who's better at their job than I would maybe ask
found that
like
out
at the press conference. No, I don't think that's the case. And in fact, Derek Hall has been there for all the offseason program. There's been photos of him participating. I've seen him there. So I would be really surprised if that was the issue. But stranger things have happened. So, who knows?
But the first time the media is out for actual practice, but the first time you're actually competing against each other and not just doing training and defensive drills, but the first time, agents have a history of, at times, making their point and trying to make their case in that way. Just kind of curious we didn't hear any follow-up on that, because he did. He talked about some of the other guys not being there, and Emmanuel, personal reasons, and we know with DeMarcus, he's going to have a long runway to get healthy and get right. I was just curious if there was any scuttlebutt about that.
Yeah, the one thing I'd bring up there, though, that seems off to me is I think I would assume the Seahawks want to get a deal done with Derek Hall. I would also assume that it's Derek Hall's representation that's like, well, hold on, let's just bet on ourselves and do what Boye Mafe did last year. So that it would be surprising to me that his group was holding out for a deal, as opposed to the Seahawks being like, come on, get to the table so we can make a deal. So Boye Mafe was in the same situation last year. He attended, participated. It just seems like an anti-Derek Hall and this Seahawks locker room move to hold out in this situation. But, it's a fair question, and I'll try to dig in and find out.
He looked pretty good in that picture of him there. It looked like he was ready to roll. And I'm with you, honestly. We'll get off the Derek Hall thing, but I'm with you. Just the combination of what he brings, the fact that they didn't bring back Mafe, the number of question marks they have after this year in the edge category with a bunch of guys that are kind of year to year right now. He fits what they're trying to do. He's rugged, like Brock. You mentioned that word a lot. Derek Hall is very rugged. He plays that position. Like, get it done.
You don't have protection, to Brian's point. You don't have you're not going to franchise tag him, because that number is extraordinary.
You mentioned news, Brock. We have breaking news. I don't know how big it is, but it is breaking Seahawks news. The Seahawks are acquiring wide receiver Irv Charles from the Jets in exchange for a conditional 7th-round pick. So he's probably going to have to make the team in order for them to give something up here. But it sounds like he's mostly a gunner who's coming back from injury. I don't know what exactly that means, other than that they took at least one gunner, maybe two, in the draft this year, and now they're adding another one. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I mean, conditional 7th-round pick for who has primarily been a special teams player. This guy had 55 snaps total on offense in his career, so he's not. I think calling him a wide receiver is probably a little bit of a misnomer. He's a special teams player. Missed all of last year. The timing of this is curious. The fact that they felt the need to do this is curious. Now, of course, we're in the middle of like late May. Not a lot of football stuff may be happening. Maybe we're making too much of this, but it is a surprising thing to see that the Seahawks felt compelled enough to give up anything for a guy coming off of an injury who's only a special teams player. I don't have a good explanation because they lost Tariq Young, but they drafted Emmanuel Henderson, who fits that bill. Like they've got some guys, but maybe they don't feel great about some of their players there. And people do forget. They talk about the defense. They talk about the offense. That's special teams, and Jay Harbaugh and what they did was a massive part of how this team won a Super Bowl. So if he wants something, he's probably going to get it.
Yeah, and if you're going to give Irv Charles a chance to make a point and earn a spot, then he's got to be here to practice. Because while it is late May, you only have like 9 of these. Like these reps are pretty valuable reps when so many of them have been taken away in the CBA and training camp and everything else. Hey, we've gone 11 minutes without talking about the first round running back. What did your eyes see with Jadarian?
Yeah, it was fun to see him mixed in with the rest of the crew. And I was really hoping that Emmanuel Wilson was going to be there, because I think he's the forgotten man a little bit in that rotation. And I'm curious how they're going to see that. But it looked to me like they were splitting reps, rotating between George Holani and Jadarian Price with the ones. And yeah, it's great.
Did he stand out? Does his skill set stand out to you? Does it? Oh, okay. Now I see why he was the 32nd pick in the draft. What was it? Eye-popping?
No. I would say no. Is the answer to that question for me. And he is different than their other backs, but I think the thing that's going to take a little bit of time on that, Brock, is the things that make Jadarian Price special and, a first-round pick are not his measurables and not just the eye test. It is his vision, his decisiveness, his ability to find a hole, his contact balance, which is such a scouty phrase. But if you see him pinball off defenders, you see what that looks like in real. But he's a 4.5 40 guy. He's not a Ken Walker 4.3 4. Like, he doesn't have some of those, but he's got quick feet, and he made a beautiful 45-yard touchdown catch yesterday from Drew Lock, and receiving is a part of the game that they're going to have to see from him. So I don't think he jumps off the field when you just watch him.
No.
But I do think that this is a guy that's going to probably prove himself once the install's there.
In the pads. He's a guy that when the pads come on, you actually play football and evaluate football, right? Not just in shorts and T-shirt, I think is kind of the point you're emphasizing.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't want to come across as oh, this guy is not impressive. I just think that if you've watched enough of these situations where you've got the best athletes in the world on the field at the same time, and then you see someone who's like Chris Carson, or you see a Ken Walker, you see someone who's like, whoa, who is that? I don't think Jadarian Price is that kind of player. But if you watch him play enough, and it took me some time, to be totally honest, to see it, you start to see what makes him special. And it is going to take pads, and it is going to take him getting enough reps in that outside zone run scheme.
So he does catch that pass from Drew Lock. I'm told that there was a pick 6 against Sam Darnold. I guess I should ask, do you think there's any chance that somebody other than Sam Darnold is the starter by week 1 of the regular season?
Listen, Mike, I know why you have to ask that question, but that's a crazy
question, bro. Yeah.
That's a crazy question.
It is a crazy question.
I love that you brought that up.
Well, thank you. And if you don't think I'm bringing it up to Mike next Thursday and probably, or maybe next month, you're crazy. Obviously, that'll keep coming back. Can I actually ask you about the other quarterback? Yes. Because he is sort of a forgotten man in this whole thing. It was not that long ago. We're all sitting here talking about Jalen Milroe because he's exciting and he's fun. And they wanted to get him on. I mean, he's fun enough that they wanted to get him out on the field, so much so they tried it a whole bunch of times early in the year, but it didn't work, and the game sped up on him, and he fumbled the ball. It was a mess. What's next for Jalen Milroe? Is there a future here in Seattle for him?
Oh, you're asking maybe the wrong or the right guy on that point, because I think this is a huge question for this franchise, and a huge question for how they're going to run it forward, as the phrase of the day seems to be. The assumption is, Sam Darnold is your quarterback of the future. You won a Super Bowl with him. He's fits great. He's played really well. But I do think there's a question. And if I've looked back at the teams that are spending more than 10% of their cap on the quarterback position, it is rough. It is still a hard thing to do to field a Super Bowl team when you spend that much money. And I think there's only a few quarterbacks that really, truly qualify. And the Seahawks are going to have a decision to make after this season about whether Sam's one of those guys. And the other part of that equation is Jalen Milroe, who will have been developed for multiple years in this system. And they will have a potential decision point to make. Are they going to Aaron Rodgers him with Jordan Love? Are they going to make a decision like that? I think everyone assumes that's a crazy question to ask. I don't. And I, as someone who saw Jalen Milroe in Mobile, Alabama at the Senior Bowl, look like a non-quarterback, look like he doesn't belong in the NFL, and then to see him go from rookie minicamp and develop over training camp last year to where I thought this guy was going to clearly make an impact on the season. I still believe there's a lot to be excited about with this guy. And did it show up yesterday? Not so much. There was one run that he had. I think Seahawks posted that where he got to show his athleticism. I'm less interested in that. I think that's just part of the game, I want to see him process. I want to see him be accurate. And I saw a lot of that last year in training camp. Did not see it in the preseason games, and certainly did not see it in the regular season games. And Mike, I think as well as I do, it wasn't about him being fun. Mike Macdonald doesn't make decisions based on what's fun. They see what kind of athlete he is and how he can potentially add to this team. It didn't work out. I don't think at all that's going to dissuade them from relooking at that this year and seeing if he can be part of this offense in some way, shape, or form.
Good, because that's fun.
Is golfing with Salk fun?
That's super fun.
Absolutely.
Oh, you weren't asking me. Sorry.
You know, it's funny. You'd think Salk would be. I would think he would be a super intense golfer.
No.
You know, like getting very angry when things don't go well. He's so laid back. Like Brady Henderson is the intense golfer.
Yeah.
Between the two.
Well, because he's better at it. That's because he's better at it. Like, there's an element of like he's actually hoping to accomplish something as opposed to just enjoy. Like, I actually used to be probably more angry and intense, and now I've sort of embraced the suck. So it's like, well, you know, it's not going to get that much better than this. Like, whatever. Yeah.
Brock, we're gonna have to get you out there at some point, and I mean, it was great to see Salky pull out the driver finally. So you know, not hybrid in off the tee box every time.
Didn't play great that day. Played better the next time out.
Hey, do you have any feel yet for this new offensive coordinator? Because I think he's going to be an emerging and very large story this season.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, how can he not? He's the biggest question mark, I think, in this team. I don't think I can think of anything that comes close. And I asked Mike Macdonald yesterday a question about play calling, because he had said during the Brian Fleury press conference earlier when he was hired, I think play calling's overrated. And I asked him, like, well, why? Why do you think that it's overrated?
Hey, I actually have that sound. You want me to play it? Because the answer is fascinating. I didn't know that came from you, but I had that on my list of things to get into a little bit later. Let me play it. This was Mike Macdonald's answer to your question.
It's a team effort. We talked about it a little bit today in the team meeting, but you know, if you want to be decisive in some of those situations, you got to do your homework and you got to have a lot of preparation. So do the necessary preparation to be in those situations. And it's my responsibility to design periods in an off season and a training camp where we can have those type of exposures, so we can get that experience and have those conversations, much like we did last year with Clint. And so we can always put our best foot forward. But there's a lot of people that are contributing to designing calls and when, and the feedback that's kind of the feedback loop that happens from play to play. Brian will have his own twist on how he calls it, and as we expect him to, we want to make it unique to him.
You know what stood out to me about that? I didn't ask him about Brian Fleury. I asked him about why he thinks play calling's overrated. He then took that and spent a lot of time talking about his accountability for creating situations and opportunities for Brian Fleury to test his play calling, and how it's going to be Justin Outen as run game coordinator and Jake Peets as pass game coordinator that are designing and sequencing a lot of this stuff and putting him in situations where he can make definitive, declarative play calls. To be totally honest, I don't think he answered why it's overrated. I think he actually answered the opposite about why it's so important that he wants to build an entire structure around getting Brian Fleury prepared.
Yeah, I guess what I would hear there is, it's a good point. I think what I hear there, though, is not that play calling is overrated, but that putting it all on one new guy might be overrated. I think that's what he's trying to say. Obviously, a play call is pretty important. I don't think he's trying to say that's over. I think he's saying, like, look, this guy's going to come into a system with a lot of people that already understand it. And it fits with a lot of what Mike often does, which is spreading out a lot of the credit and just trying to help people understand that this isn't just one person. John does the same thing. They're not just sitting there by themselves in their office being like, all right, let's run this. Let's do this. Let's do that. They really do have a team of people doing it. But I do think it's interesting that he's got to set up time and situations to help the guy grow. I thought that's actually, I had it on my list to talk about because I thought it was a pretty good look just into what the real job of a head coach is in these days.
Yeah, and I think that's a window into the old perception, not even old, like the old reality that you had these play callers, very strong ones, and they ran the whole show. And they didn't really want input, like Bill Walsh and Mike Martz and Coach Holmgren. Like, they wanted some, but it was their show. And this is a different structure. The run game coordinator, pass game coordinator, they're an enormous part of putting the whole structure and playing together. And now it's speeding this guy up who's never done it. And that's my thing, Brian. Like, there is a learning curve. Play calling, we know it is hyper important in how you sequence and the right call versus the right defense and at the right moment and how you do that well. So, yeah, it's going to be fun through training camp. I'm sure there's going to be periods that are not scripted. A lot of this is scripted. Hey, man, we want to do this. We want to have this personnel grouping. We want to get this formation. We want to do these things. And then I'm going to imagine with a first-timer, because this is usually how it happens, like, hey, unscripted, here we go. And we just go back and forth, so you could have some of that experience before week number 1.
I think that's a great point. And the interesting thing there, Brock, is if you think about it, Mike Macdonald has to be probably best of breed in this type of situation because he's probably going to lose. If things go well, he's going to keep losing offensive coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's probably he's already been 2 through 2 seasons, 3 through 3 seasons. This is going to be something he's going to have to get really good at. And it seems like he's got confidence that what worked last year with Clint can work this year with Mr. Fleury. And to answer your question from a while ago, no, I don't have a good feel for him at this point. Like, I don't know how you could. I don't know that he has a good feel for himself at this point. Like,
right.
Like you just he's going to have the trial by fire. And there's a lot of reps that are going to be needed. Yep. And man, anybody who's coached at any level, taking all that information in, making those decisions in real time with a play clock running, all that information going on.
Yep. I know he crushed the whiteboard. I can say that
thing to watch.
Brian, I can say that confidently. I know he crushed the whiteboard. I know in the interview process, it was pretty overwhelming to everybody in the room that, his years under Kyle and his understanding of situational ball and in the level and the depth and the detail was pretty overwhelming because there were strong in-house candidates, a number of them. And to go this route, there's a confidence that Mike has, and his judgment in these situations has been pretty strong once he moved on from Mr. Grubb.
Cool stuff, Brian. Thank you. Remember, you can find him at all Hawkblogger channels on YouTube and .com and Twitter and everywhere else that you like to get your sports content, and often right here on these very airwaves. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. And a quick plug. I rebuilt HB Ticks from scratch. New version of it's up there. If you want to sell Seahawks tickets to Seahawks fans, it's free. I get nothing from it. Good way to make sure we protect the home field advantage for the Seahawks.
Appreciate that. Good stuff. See you, buddy. There is Brian Nemhauser, otherwise known as Hawkblogger, with some really fun conversations and probably quite a bit to come back to at 9:30, as Maura will give us some of her observations from practice yesterday. She had kind of a different group from Brian, so kind of looking forward to doing that and getting back to the football talk at 9:30 before Trash Takes. That being said, we kind of have not talked enough Mariners today, and I would like to get back to it. It's just been kind of a busy morning, but look, they played some really good ball. Really, over the last 2 days. Yeah, I mean, they've already won a series, and a series against the first-place team. So, that's next on Brock and Salk.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle Sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
Summer starts at Toyota of Renton and Toyota of Kirkland. Adventure in the 26 Tacoma TRD Sport, leasing at $399 a month with $1,000 TFS cash. Earn $3,000 in customer cash on the Tundra, leasing at $469 a month, and the 4Runner at $369 a month. All leases, 36 months, $39.99 due at signing. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaRenton.com and ToyotaofKirkland.com. Offers valid through June 1st, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee.
Hey, you mind keeping it down up there, please?
KeyBank will meet you in that I need new neighbors moment.
Rick, it's your mortgage loan officer, Beth. I was in the neighborhood and wanted to let you know your home loan application's been approved.
Beth, you're always there for me, and not a moment too soon.
Are your neighbors bowling with grand pianos again?
And apparently raising livestock?
Ew.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 399797.
What a play by J.P. Crawford.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But if you're looking for a truly golden view, look no further than the seats on the first baseline, a.k.a. Trident Town. Post up behind the Mariners dugout, and you get a great view of Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, and our entire rotation at work.
Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs, blew it by him, strike 3.
Not to mention the best view of the best home run celebration in baseball. When the Trident goes up, you know a party's going down.
It is gone! Julio!
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
Don't miss 2 great interleague matchups at T-Mobile Park. The next Mariners homestand starts this Friday with a 3-game set against Corbin Carroll and the D-backs. Then, the action continues as Juan Soto and the Mets come to town Monday, June 1st through Wednesday, June 3rd. Get your tickets today at mariners.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Heward and Matt Marcus. Sorry about just Mike
Heward, not exactly Joe Cap there in the pocket.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
I know I've talked about this before, but my dentist is obsessed with me. Please stop texting me. Who? I made my dentist. They won't leave me alone. I made an appointment weeks ago. I'm going to the dentist today just for a cleaning, just a regular dental thing after the show today. And they text. And finally, like a week and a half ago, they send a text that says, here's your appointment. Press yes to confirm, C to cancel. Okay, I press yes. Yeah. They've texted me twice since then, including this morning.
Yes, I have a new company that I'm experiencing that with. It's not the dentist. It's
and I don't want to opt out because I do like the one-time reminder. Like, oh yeah, in a week I've got a dental. Great, no problem. Now leave me the heck alone. I don't need 12 more reminders. I've never not shown up for a dental appointment. I'm now getting mad.
Well, don't get mad at the dental office. I want
to put them in touch with my dishwasher because my dishwasher gives me the most messages other than my dentist. Oh, I'm done. Oh, I can do this. Like, go away,
It
dishwasher.
needs to be one of those programs where, like, the safe driving, if you have a good record, then you only get the one reminder.
I would like to opt out.
Thank you. Numerous.
Maura, that's exactly what I want. I'm good at showing up for dental appointments. I just need one reminder. That's all I need. Please leave me alone, and I'll be there in an hour and a half. Brock, it was a good win for the Mariners yesterday. Again, May 26th, can you have a huge win? No, not really. But it felt pretty big. I don't know, like winning a series after dropping the first two on this road trip to mediocre teams, in one case a bad team. Like, this is the team in your division. You lose this series, you're 3.5 back. Like, this is an opportunity, and it was nice to see them take it and do it in ways that we haven't seen all the time this year with a lot of hits. They had double digits in hits by doing it against not just one starting lefty, but multiple lefties out of the pen. It was great to see Robles. Great to see Brock. You sent the numbers about the top 3 guys or 4 guys in the batting order. Like they went out and crushed. That was really important.
Yeah, just felt connected. This series and this competition, and just an eye on it, because this isn't like the old days where you played your division foe over and over and over and over again, right? It's just you have X amount of opportunities against somebody in your division that, frankly, the last time you saw them, you were fortunate, I think, to get a game from them where they were really on fire and they were hitting. And, oh, my gosh, Cortez hit everything in sight, and Soderstrom hit everything in sight, and Langoliers hit some bombs, and they were just a problem. And your pitching these first, two times out has been terrific. And then you actually got the offense to complement it, right? That balanced, complementary, connected, however you want to frame it. You're seeing it and showing the kind of ceiling you have. And I would love to see him go sweep them today. Logan, go have a great start. Go put it together. Don't have a burp. Don't have an inning where things get away from you a little bit. Just, continue this kind of forward momentum with starting pitching.
Too. And I will say, I would not have necessarily guessed this, but the A's got Brent Rooker back in their lineup from the last time we saw them. And obviously he's a really good hitter, but he's not hitting very well right now.
Yep.
Missing Jacob Wilson feels like a huge difference to that lineup, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, remember how we were talking about the A's earlier? Like, man, this lineup is deadly. And there are some really good players. Soderstrom's a really good player, and
I mean, Kurtz had just gotten on base 48 games in a row.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take away from their lineup, but it is crazy how much of a difference Jacob Wilson makes, because he's a gnat.
Like, and he's in the middle of it, and he's bat to ball every single at bat.
Yeah.
He just, wears you out.
Kurt's a really good hitter. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you're not afraid of Kurtz when he comes around, because the power is crazy, but he also strikes out 28% of the time, right? So there you have that, like, there's some give and take there. For all of the amount of time I've spent talking about walks, home runs, and strikeouts, I will say, from the other side of
that
it,
guy, that guy's the best.
And I hope that Colts could have some of that, right? It seems. I mean, maybe it's not quite bat to ball. Maybe he's got a little more power than Jacob Wilson. They're not the exact same player. But Lyle, is there any comp there between Jacob Wilson and Colt Emerson?
I don't know if I'll say there's none, but Jacob's pretty unique. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's striking out 7.5% of the time.
Crazy.
That was last year. He was striking out like that. But he's not like
as a rookie.
Right. And he's not like a Rise in the sense where he literally hits singles, plays no defense, doesn't walk, and doesn't have much other value. I mean, he strikes out never, has a little bit of power, like has 15 home run power. And he's also a really good athlete who had a 3.5 win season last year and a WRC plus 20% above average.
I think the comp would be the ability to just spray it. Just spray the ball.
That's probably right.
Bat to ball, the quick hands.
Yes.
Again, I know they're not exactly the same player, and that 7% rate is absurd. I mean, that is a unique. You're right. That's a unique player. I don't expect them to be the same, but boy, does it seem like that is the effect perhaps he could have on the other team, where you're like, I just can't get this guy out.
Yep. Or he's going to drive up your pitch count, right? He's going to foul ball off. He's going to be 7, 8, 9, and then the damage that does to the pitcher for the next hitter, and just the moment, all of that plays into it. And you're right. Without him, you've taken advantage, but you're without a few of your guys as well, and you're playing to your strengths in this series. And it would be awesome, just awesome, for this group to come home after all of the tumult of the first 60 games, if they could come home and fly home today, is actually
place.
leading the American League West.
And they've been at this point a couple of times and haven't really been able to climb over that final hurdle. So it'd be nice to see them do it today. You're right. We threw around some credit earlier to some different players. Do you think that there's anything to my little Randy Julio conversation?
I don't know. I mean, again, just maybe between the outfield guys, maybe between those that communicate and are a little closer to Randy. But I think those that have some distance, which is the majority, because Randy's kind of in his own time and space many times, it'd be hard for me to imagine.
It's a really small thing. And I may very well be out on an island on this one. This is not something where I'm going to beat the table and say I'm right about. I really have no idea. But something happened with Randy and Julio after that half inning where the defense was not where it was supposed to be and Julio didn't show up to the plate in time.
Yeah.
Since then, the Mariners have scored 18 runs in 22 innings.
Right.
And played clean baseball.
Mm-hmm.
In order to believe that there is something like that, in order to believe, you have to think that there was something bubbling and that the conversation allowed it to get out in the open and allowed everybody to just feel better about themselves and the team and what's going on. That there was something that was aggravating everybody. And if you finally address it, it just sort of frees everyone up to not have that hanging over their head and allows everyone to move forward. I have no idea if that's right. I really don't. I'm not trying to sit here and say that is what happened. But I'm not going to ignore scoring 18 runs in the next 22 innings after playing dog you-know-what for the previous week and a half.
And I think that play put you down 4-1. Like, oh, gosh, the Royals again. We're going to lose to these guys 5 out of 6 times. And maybe it was just as simple as, enough. We got to control the controllables. It's hard enough. Guys are out. We are banged up. The margin is light and limited. So can we just control the controllables? Can you just play hard? Right? Can you just do that? And maybe there is some freedom in that. And then when guys finally see the ball hit the grass or leave the fence, or Mitch Garver does what he's done in his career, and that's hit lefties. And Rob Refsnyder sees a couple balls go in. He finds himself on base. And Victor Robles sees the ball, right? I mean, there's just some of, I think, I'm not going to call it momentum.
That's probably more likely in building the confidence.
Just confidence building.
But I'm just going to hang on to this moment. Just for a little while.
I know, but just be careful because, 2 hits today, no run.
As I said, I'm just going to hang on to it as a possibility. I don't know whether it is or not yet. It's just going to kind of stick with me for a while. It's not as obvious as a brawl a few years ago, but it's just kind of going to be on my... Maura, when you're editing sound, right, sometimes maybe you make a little mark to reminder to come back to it. I'm just going to put a little, mental mark on May 25th? Right, that's Sunday, 24th? 24th. Just did something happen on May 24th?
It's hard because it's something that we can't know for sure what exactly happened.
I know. Just a little mental mark. And then if you have to erase it later, that's fine. Later, you just erase it.
Remember that time we think Julio yelled at Randy?
Yeah, exactly. And if it turns out to be nothing, you erase the mark and you move on and say, all right, I don't need to remember that anymore. But for at least the next week or two, and just going to kind of wait and see. I'm going to have May 24th, just a little mental mark to see whether or not anything went down on that day to change the trajectory of this season. We'll come right back with everything you need to know. Maura's going to take us into training or into OTAs yesterday for the Seahawks. And then she says that there is an obvious winner already to trash takes. We'll see.
I heard Brock yesterday, and it's bad. We'll see. It'll be hard to beat.
It's coming up on Brock and Salk.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
So you've heard me talk about People Come First, my friends there at PCF Construction Group, and you've heard me talk about an amazing deal they've got right now, where for a limited time you can get 50% off your demolition costs, up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. I love to brag about their entire process and what they did for Molly and I when they did our outdoor project. But just the other day, got a cool little note from a friend of mine who reached out to PCF, and the note said something like this, quote, "I wanted to let you know how awesome the team at PCF has been with our project at our home. I can't thank you enough for the quick referral. If only all companies could have that level of responsiveness and customer service, the world would be a better place," end quote. Those are the words of somebody that reached out to PCF, just like you can do right now. And by the way, yeah, they're going to get filled up because they do amazing work. In the planning, the permitting, and the construction, they do take some time. So please get the party started. Get the process started today. Get all the project ideas. Browse their amazing photos and find the offer details, like $5,000 off your demo costs, all at PCFgroup.com. That's PCFgroup.com.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Around here, we see a lot of people head out. No matter where they're going, we just help make sure they're ready. Before you hit the road, get a pre-trip safety check from Les Schwab Tires. It's free. Plus, this May, save up to $200 on select sets of 4 tires, including all-terrain, highway, all-season, and all-weather. So go ahead, explore with confidence. Les Schwab Tires. We're here to help you take the long way. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
So what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new high dynamic range TVs?
They got the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yeah, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's one place where we can get a hot deal on those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the others.
So, if you want the best deal on the best TVs,
then we should take our TV ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Mariners and A's today in Sacramento. 12:05 first pitch, 11 a.m. pregame. Get every pitch of every game for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is awful.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Presented by Marquee Data. Here's what you need to know. Up first.
I'm not going to start throwing around win of the year, but it was a nice one for the Mariners yesterday because they beat a lefty, because they hit the ball all game, and because they also got another tremendous outing from Emerson Hancock, who was nasty through 6 innings, only allowed a single run. He did it physically, and as he says, he does it mentally.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that I want to continue to work on because I do think I can be a lot better at that. But at the same time, you're not out of it. Like, you got to keep fighting, you got to keep making pitches and find, new ways to kind of mix and match your pitches.
Man, I thought his tempo last night and his pacing was as good as it's been all year. I mean, it was just, there was no hesitation. He and Mitch Garver were on the same page. He's a shapeshifter, so he can shift different pitching shapes quite easily. And when his sweeper was on, like it was yesterday, with the other stuff, he becomes a real difficult guy.
He sure was. There's no doubt. Meanwhile, they hit the lefty rookie Gage jump, and now they're going to have to try to do it again. Jeffrey Springs got bumped up in the rotation. Not a huge surprise, right? If you're the A's and you're going up against your biggest competition in the division, of course you're going to throw as many lefties at them as possible. They got to jump yesterday, right from the jump. But today they will try to do the same with Jeffrey Springs. Logan Gilbert throws for the Mariners. And worth noting that both Dan Wilson and the coaching staff met with both Luis Castillo and Bryce Miller yesterday, trying to make sure everyone is on the same page moving forward. The piggyback, which I'm sure they're going to try again here in another few days. Adam Jude said that Jerry DiPoto also met separately with the players. And Brock, as you pointed out, Jerry said, look, it hasn't worked perfectly, and also said that it's not an ideal situation.
That's right. That's right. And I think if you present it in that way, that you're just going to have to.
It does help.
Take it for the team here for a little bit. And this is not an indictment on either of you or what we believe. We're just trying to make this work. It's not an ideal situation. I think it maybe calms some of the emotion that was running hot.
But you know what? If I'm one of the two starters in that, and you tell me that, I would say, okay, then go to a 6-man rotation. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the 6-man myself, but I think if I were in their shoes, I think that would be my immediate response of like, okay, well then go to a 6-man rotation.
And then I'm going to say, baseball's kind of got a way of working this stuff out.
I know, but I think that would still be my response.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Seahawks out of practice yesterday. This is probably the cut you will hear more and more. Mike Macdonald has a new theme, a new phrase, a new way of doing things this year.
We're using the term we want to run it forward. It meaning our process and who we are. And I think this is going to be a conversation that, something that we're going to talk about consistently. I don't think it's a one and done type of conversation. Really, it's just how we talk about how we operate all the time. It's something that we're having conversations with our team and our units every day about who we want to be and how we want to do things. And this situation is no different. So it's really nothing more than or less than that.
I was saying earlier, Brock, at about 6, that it's sort of like the way CEOs talk. They spend a lot of time with the messaging, with the vision statements and all of that. And that's kind of what this is. Like, how do I message against the NFL trying to tell us, it's really hard to quote-unquote run it back? Well, we're not going to run it back. We're going to run it forward.
Yep. I wonder where he does his thinking.
Well, if only we had the ability to talk to him and ask that kind of
I think
question.
we will a week from tomorrow.
I think we will. Not to mention Mondays throughout the season. So
some little news as well. They do trade a conditional 7th rounder. Just in looking at this a little deeper, Irv Charles, the receiver, a really special teamer from the Jets. He's a bigger guy. I think when you did your draft profile of Emmanuel Henderson, you talked about him. And I think even Hawkblogger mentioned it without Derek Young, maybe an Emmanuel Henderson, a Ricky White, who they took in the 7th round the year before at UNLV, elite special teams players, but they're small. They're like 6'1", 180 guys. They're not Derek Young. This guy's like Derek Young, big. 6'4", 225, big. So I think just having kind of a different size, strength profile from those other two guys who are a little bit, leaner and twitchier and thinner is probably why they made that trade.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
And finally, the Chargers agreed with Derwin James on a 3-year deal, $75 million. So just looking at what the new rate is for the top-paid safety in the league, it doesn't matter here today, but it might in another couple years as you start to think about where a guy like Nicky Manwari is going to be, who fits some of that Derwin James profile.
Yeah, Nicky Manwari, I think maybe the second happiest person behind Derwin James. Because that's me. I'm that kind of guy.
Yep.
I'm that kind of guy that can be multi-positional and do so much damage and have a love for playing this game. As DJ said, Daniel Jeremiah not covered someone quite like Derwin James, who just brings it every single day. And now you up the ante to $25 million a year for that kind of player. In a couple of years when Knicks do, it's going to be probably well north of that.
All right, that is everything you need to know. 4:15 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. Maura says it's going to be a bloodbath for trash takes coming up in 20 minutes. We'll see. She's been wrong before, not often, but every once in a while. I will tell you, she was wrong yesterday when she did not dress appropriately for the rain.
Seriously.
She was not prepared. Weather.com or whatever it was let her down. And so Maura was out of practice. It was raining. She was unprepared. And yet, Brock, she persevered and has a tremendous set of takeaways.
Took videos with my wet phone and my wet hands.
Well, let's be clear.
You can see some Jadarian Price pass catches on my...
You've got great length and dexterity in those fingers. Rain does not get in the way of those things.
We're back with some of Maura's takeaways next.
Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
Trey Wingo joins us now.
Still feels like there's some doubt when it comes to Sam in this offense, especially when you insert a new offensive coordinator.
Until Sam does this consistently, I don't mean win a Super Bowl, but consistently show up in playoff games, that's going to be a thing, right? The hardest thing for a Super Bowl champ is now it's different. You are everybody's Super Bowl that season, and everybody's coming at you. Instead of being one of the hunters, you are the hunted.
Bump and Stacy, only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Highlights don't win games. The full box score does. I'm Brock Hewitt, and most business leaders aren't short on data. They're short on clarity. Numbers are scattered across ERP, CRMs, and spreadsheets, making decisions reactive instead of confident. And that's not how great businesses are built. Marquee IQ brings all your data together into one clear view, even if it lives in disconnected systems or offline, so you can see what's really happening and act faster. Stop running your business on highlights. Get the full picture. Visit datathatwins.com to see what Marquee IQ can do.
Under these arches, opposing teams are put to the test. Can they hear themselves over the boom of the 12s? Can they withstand the Seattle elements? Can they compete against us? Touchdown, Seahawks! This city lives for Sunday. Get your tickets for Seahawks game days at Lumen Field and experience what this city lives for. Visit Seahawks.com today.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
A shot to center field. Julio is there, and Julio makes the catch!
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house, even when there's not an actual seat, because you're in the T-Mobile pen.
They're going crazy here at T-Mobile Park.
The pen isn't just the perfect space to hang with your whole crew. It's where you can see Julio defend the no-fly zone 1 minute and watch Senor Smoke get ready for his big entrance the next.
Andres Munoz has simply been incredible.
Sure, the pen is standing room only, but with a team this exciting, who wants to be sitting down? Mariners baseball. Try this up.
90s weekend is on deck at T-Mobile Park. The fun gets started this Friday with an epic 90s themed fireworks night presented by T-Mobile. Then it's back-to-back giveaways. Julio Rodriguez sleeveless jersey Saturday and Ken Griffey Jr. pin Sunday. Both presented by Key Bank. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
At Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton, ambitious dreams don't need a big payment. Lease the 26 Corolla Gas for just $219 a month or the hybrid for $249 a month with only $29.99 due at signing. The Corolla Cross Gas at $269 a month with $29.99 due at signing. Or level up to the Camry at $299 a month with $39.99 due at signing. All 3 leases, 36 months. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Visit ToyotaKirkland.com and ToyotaofRenton.com. Offers valid through June 1st, 2026 on approved credit through TFS. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee.
Mariners and A's today in Sacramento. 12:05 first pitch, 11 a.m. pregame. Get every pitch of every game for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Washington is helping men take control of their health with a free, comprehensive wellness panel. A $400 value included when starting treatment. Your panel checks key health markers, including testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidneys, liver, and thyroid, so you can finally understand what your body's been trying to tell you. Since 2011, over 120,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Get answers, get a plan, and start feeling better. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free, comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
I heard something else from Abe Lucas yesterday, Brock, that really jumped out to me because I related to it. It's very rare that I find that I've got something in common with an NFL player, but I'll play you that sound before Trash Takes because I heard it was like, oh, I totally understand what he's talking about. The same thing has happened to me, which is very rare, very rare. It's one of the few ways, I guess, Abe and I have something in common. So, and maybe we're not the only ones. We'll hear from you guys, maybe. Trash Takes in 15 minutes right now, though. Maura spent time at practice yesterday. Open OTAs for the Seahawks. What'd you see?
Yeah, and while I remember, before we get into this, please send us your Here's the Thing submissions for tomorrow because it's a short week, so I'm not sure
You
if
could
we
say
have enough
goodbye to
yet.
Lyle, right?
Yeah,
It could be
leave
a
message for
good
Lyle.
opportunity to say goodbye to Lyle.
That's such a good point.
On his second to last day, his
Lyle
penultimate day.
loves Here's the Thing. I mean, he may love it as much as Kathy Cangiano.
Sure.
Like, he loves Here's the Thing, especially when they're geared at him. So really try to honor him.
Lyle, did you
Let's do it up big for Lyle tomorrow.
Today is your anti-penultimate day on the show.
You know what that means?
I'm going to guess third to last.
It does.
It's penultimate is second to last.
Yeah, and A-N-T-E means before, so the day before, the second to last. There we go.
Way to go.
Matt in Oregon wondering if it's true Maura uses an iPad Pro as a phone because it looks like an iPhone in her hands.
All right.
That's really just not nice. That's just, quite frankly, rude. And we'd like to instead hear some of Maura's takeaways from yesterday.
That just
Thank
made me
you.
think that, honestly, Lyle, I think before you go, you should do a lesson for us, a Lyle's lesson. You should teach us some things you think we should know.
Maybe
You
tomorrow.
seem to have some strong feelings about that.
I mean, here's a lesson.
Okay.
It's a real tough time, like watching me leave the show. Real tough time out there for the people that say school's important. Real tough time.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I
'Cause look at
haven't
you.
needed a second of school, and I guess proven that
And he
I
said,
can
"Look at me
go
now."
out on my own.
But have you succeeded on your own yet?
We'll see.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying you won't succeed on your own. I think there's a good chance you will. I think you're very talented.
He doesn't
but-
need 2 jobs anymore.
No, I just don't need school.
No, I
You
didn't
don't
need school.
know that yet. I think the time to say that is once you move out of your parents' house.
Right.
Who's to say?
Yeah, whatever you say.
I mean, when you move out, when you have the money to move out of your parents' house.
Salk.
Oh, okay.
That's
sorry.
Okay, anyway.
I didn't mean to make that a low blow.
Salk,
I'm
you've
sorry.
got 2 days left.
I didn't honestly didn't mean it that way. I'm
Lyle,
sorry.
will you put together a lesson for us either tomorrow or Friday?
I can think of something.
Okay.
Brock won't be here Friday, so maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maura, would you please give your takeaways before
Okay,
I
I'm
get
sorry.
myself in trouble? Thank
All right,
you.
well-
I'm sorry, Lyle. I really am.
That was too far.
I am sincerely sorry. I did not mean to go there.
Well, now that we've made it awkward.
There you go.
So I don't know. I think we had Hawkblogger Brian Nemhauser on earlier, and I think he was kind of combining what he saw with some film that he watched on Jadarian Price as well. But I've been impressed so far. I thought he's looked really athletic. Honestly, I think even in OTAs, you didn't really see how fast Ken Walker was in those either. There's not a lot of just pure sprinting going on. I thought he looked like he had quick feet and was athletic. There was a point where I saw him start to go down in the middle of a pile, and he put his hand on the ground and did kind of a crazy spin move and got like another half yard. Brian talked to us about that like 45-yard touchdown that he had going down the sidelines out of the backfield. I don't know. So far, I've been impressed, and especially because we were wondering how he was going to be as a pass catcher. It feels like they've definitely been giving him a lot of those looks early, and I have not seen him drop anything, even with it soggy and gross out yesterday.
And Salk was curious and thought maybe he would be out with the ones first. Probably, from what I could gather, it looked a little bit more like Holani.
It was Holani got the first snap, I believe, and then they were just kind of both taking snaps
Rotating
with the
in,
ones
yeah.
from there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was not, Salk said he would go Price from the jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from the gauge jump, I would go. I would have gone. Yeah, I would have. I look. George Holani's fine. He's not a starting running back. Like,
right.
So I mean, like, if Emmanuel Wilson was there, I would have been a little curious to see if he had taken some starting reps. A guy with a 500-yard season last year. I don't know whether, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a veteran thing. I totally get it. And you obviously want to give some, love and credit to a guy that worked really hard and did some important things for you and was really helpful down the stretch last year. But that feels more like a kind of a token as opposed to something real. But hey,
Yeah, and I'll
you know
double
what? I
down.
say that and maybe it's not. Who the heck knows?
Jadarian is going to be a guy that just shows that much better in pads too. I think he looks fine out there. To your point, Maura, like athletic and more than capable. But when the pads come on, he's a football player.
Yeah, I saw him in some pass blocking drills, and he seemed very willing and able
very
to.
want.
Yeah. Also, I watched the O-line drills. There's one where one guy stands facing the rest of the O-linemen. They kind of stack up in a line and each come at the guy solo with one of those blocking pads.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just kind of supposed to tap each one. But I saw Bo Stevens do it first. And that's kind of more what it looked like, that he just tapped each one and made sure he got them all. And then I saw Anthony Bradford and Abe Lucas go in, and they look like they were really like locking those guys up and driving them. And I was like, okay, that's something where I'm sure Bo Stevens will get better, but you see the difference between a rookie and the vets.
Yeah.
Kind of. Do you think it was just understanding the drill, or was it hard to know?
Hard. I mean, I think that maybe he's going to need to work on getting that same leverage and push that they've probably mastered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Bradford's got a lot of power. That is the one thing he has. He's your 3 outcome offensive guard. So he hits a home run.
Yeah.
Yeah. He strikes out, or he's just kind of walking around not knowing who to block sometimes. So just kind of your 3 outcome. But when he hits, he destroys.
Yes.
He has got a lot of power. There's a couple fun references for you, Salky.
I got them. Don't worry.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Good. What else you got, Maura? What else you got cooking?
One thing I always kind of like to take note of is who's hanging out together in the secondary group, because they tend to be a lively bunch that talks a lot, and, you know, they're kind of some of the leaders on this defense. So, I mean, last year I think it was Love, Witherspoon, Bryan, and Woolen. And yesterday I noticed that it was Witherspoon, E-Man Worry, and then a couple guys we haven't talked as much about, Nehemiah Pritchett and A.J. Finley. Julian Love kind of popped in and out, but definitely noticed Bud Clark talked to them for a moment after one of the reps, but, you know, went away after that. And Julian Neal and Bud Clark overall were very quiet with the vets here compared to rookie minicamp.
Really?
They were just minding their business and doing their drills.
Interesting. Yeah. I gotta maybe shut my mouth and let this situation play out. Not quite the same level of brash confidence, huh? Funny how that happens.
Kind of works that way.
When do you think that changes, though? Because ultimately, well, you got to have some respect for your elders. You want them to be themselves. Like, part of what makes those guys not just great off the field, but on the field is some of that confidence. So, when do you
I think
start
by the
to
time
see
the pads
that?
come on, you start.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, and when you start producing, when you actually start contributing and realizing, like, oh, I can play this game at this level. You know, I'm not Julian Love. I'm not these guys. I don't have that experience. But, yeah, I think that typically happens when the pads come on and you start to produce a little bit. What did you think, by the way, of that video I sent late last night?
I loved it. Wait, of those guys being asked, what besides the obvious, what thing would you change about yourself? I thought it was great. That's really well done.
It was incredible.
Yeah, that's really well done by the Seahawks social media.
And Bud Clark's like, what? What's the obvious? What? What you talking about?
Yeah, it was good. It was really well done, and they all handled it really well. Leonard Williams was really funny with it.
So, besides the obvious for you, what would you change about yourself?
I'd be taller. Oh, was that the obvious? Oh,
Lyle, besides the obvious, what would you change about yourself?
Nothing. No, I'm kidding.
That's nice. You would only change.
I mean, I guess if I had more knowledge without actually having to take the time to learn it all, that'd be great.
So, just so I'm clear, then having the knowledge might be beneficial.
I guess, but I don't want to. Take the time to learn.
Yeah, the juice just isn't worth the squeeze.
Yes.
It's not a bad thing to have it. You just don't need it. I'm just choosing that, like, if you're making me pick something to add, like, sure, I'll take a few more extra bits of knowledge without actually having to go out of my way to learn it.
I was thinking about you yesterday, honestly. I can't stay away. It's like catnip. But Cecily was asking me yesterday about various expressions and, like, trying to understand exactly what they meant. And I thought it was great. Like, she was just curious. Avery's done the same thing, too. I don't mean to just make this about Cecily, but Cecily happened to ask me yesterday, and she just was like, I forget what the two expressions were. They were similar. Oh, it was the difference between a white knight and a knight in shining armor. And she's just, like, curious. Like, okay, what's a white knight? And I was explaining. She's like, well, is that different from a knight in shining armor? I was like, not really, but a little bit. Like, so we're just sort of talking through the context of it. Do you ever ask questions like that? Are you ever curious about anything like that? Or were you when you were younger?
Only if it totally pertains to something I'm interested in.
Got it.
You want me to change something else about myself? Okay, yes. I wish I could fly.
Well, that's a good answer too. I think that would make you pretty unique. What would you do with flight?
Anything else, Maura?
What would you do with the power of flight?
Hey, Maura cut through the wind and the rain and everything else.
I'm sorry, Maura.
Okay, give her respect.
All right.
I would be more coordinated if I could change one thing myself.
Well, besides the obvious. Yes.
Besides the obvious.
Is that the obvious?
Yeah, it was already the obvious. I'm sorry.
I was also intrigued. I know Brian brought up Jamie Sheriff, but I was watching Jared Ivey. And I think he's another guy that Mike Macdonald brought up that they're hoping to get a little more from this year. He just looks so big and athletic out there. The guy's 6'6", 275 pounds.
Yeah. And just kind of put together proportionally the right way.
Should I have it? So that's awesome. And I thank you for bringing him up. Is there any concern that a guy who looks that way hasn't popped yet? Or is it just a matter of, hey, he's coming from a spot where it's going to take a little bit more time?
Well, he's flashed. But he's, I think kind of that, I'll use that Ray Roberts term, that football maturity that you're hoping Bradford somehow picks up in year 4. Year 2, after kind of being on the practice squad, this would be the time you start to take. Yes.
It's not 3 for him?
I don't think so. I think this is just 2, right? He and Connor O'Toole last year, or was he the year? I think it's just year 2. So this is about the time that you kind of jump in from your freshman to your sophomore year.
Yeah, he was undrafted last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm thinking of the other guy who's 2 years into it.
Jamie Sheriff.
Sheriff.
Different positions.
Okay, sorry. I was thinking of Sheriff. Yes, okay.
I want to pay one other thing along those D-line, Maura, that you were referencing, because Hawkblogger was his first point when you asked him. Was the first thing that jumped out Riley Mills, and just about the kind of dude he is. And at this time last year, remember, he wasn't doing anything coming off of that ACL.
Right.
I did text DJ and said, DJ, remind me, because after the draft that year, when you did the post-draft analysis, I think you really liked Riley Mills. It was just that ACL torn late in the year. And he said, yeah, I had a second-round grade on him. So, you're talking about a guy in the 5th round that you kind of redshirted last year.
And you saw it at the end of the year.
You did.
Pretty big deal.
Did.
Well, I'm intrigued to see how they want to use him, because Mike Macdonald kind of said at that breakfast presser at the league meetings that they could maybe use him off the edge too.
He might have a little Leonard Williams versatility. You see Big Leonard at times out there playing, the 9 technique and some of those different rushes and stunts. I'll keep an eye on that through training camp.
Playing the wide 9, Brock?
A little wide 9.
A little wide 9? Concerned about flip 9?
Anything else more besides the obvious here? Any last takeaways?
I mean, Brian already kind of mentioned this with us too, but the AJ Barner and Eric Salbert sitting out. It sounded like Barner just maybe got some cleanup work done or something. He should be okay. But so Elijah Arroyo was like the tight end. It felt like he was everywhere.
Big year for him too, man. I mean, that actually is a 2nd-round pick.
And he looked fully healthy and good to go.
Hey, quickly, I wanted to play you this Abe Lucas sound, just because I thought it was the most relatable thing I've heard from an athlete.
Thank you, Maura, by the way.
Great job, Maura. Here was Abe Lucas talking about his off season. I found this very relatable.
In a normal off season, we'll say, or an off season where maybe we didn't go to the playoffs, I'm pretty much back at it after a couple of days, just like working out and training, partially because I like it, but the other reason I like to stay strong. This year was interesting. Like, actually, after the season, I actually got super sick. Not in a bad way. I just had like a really bad fever for like a week, and I think that was just because we were up here and then it just stopped, and so we can't just totally emotionally just kind of crashed down. So I was a little sick, but that forced me to kind of take some time off, which I think my body kind of needed. But after we recovered from that, I was back at it. So, it's kind of just business as usual.
I was thinking a little bit about AJ Przinsky and his comments last week to us about, taking some time and how important that is for injury and all that. But I also just found myself thinking about like how many times in life when you were younger and like you're in college and you got finals or something and you're just working nonstop and you're so locked in on it, and then it ends and your body just like catches up with you and you just immediately get sick. I don't know. I just found I don't think of NFL players having to go through that, but yeah, it makes sense.
I think the nursing term
old
is,
or whatever.
I think the nursing term is let down.
Yeah, okay.
Like the baby nursing term.
I mean, it would make sense, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like all of a sudden you're just like, oh my God. I'm
like Lyle
sick.
on Monday. Like all this grind of Lyle for, a year and a half doing this show, getting up at 4 a.m.
What time are you going to wake up on Monday?
I mean, moving forward, I'll probably just get up around 9.
Sure.
God, that sounds nice. Lyle, if I hold any animosity towards you at all, it's just that. It's just straight up jealousy and my desire to be waking up closer to 9.
So this is
instead
Lyle's
of closer
last
to 4:30.
Take.
I know. Let's see if he can win on the way out.
See if he can bring it.
Get it together. Don't look like trash.
Trash takes.
It's a bunch of trash.
Oh, gosh. I thought it was trash.
On Brock and Salk.
That's a terrible take.
That's a terrible take. All right. Lyle, why don't you go last in your final effort in trash takes? Brock, why don't you go first?
You referenced this a little bit, and it's why it piqued my interest, because if it hit you in some way, and this is NBA related, maybe you chewed on it a little bit. I'm guessing you didn't hear the sound of the Cleveland Cavaliers basketball coach, Kenny Atkinson, and it was kind of where some of this was derived from, Salk.
Yeah.
Granted, the Cavs got swept, lost by 37 in the final, lost double digits every game. They got swept by the Knicks.
Yep.
He said this after a Game 3 loss.
Analytically, I think we've won I said 3 out of 3. We're 2 out of 3 in the expected. I don't know if you guys follow that. There's like an expected score, and we won 2 out of the 3. And I know you're looking confused, but there is really, if you believe in process and all that, like, man, take that layer. I know I don't throw that on them. I see it for myself. We have this feeling, then I can go to our analytical table and be like, man, we are. And I think last night it was, the expected score was like 1 point or 2. Us shooting way below expected, them shooting way over. And I know no one wants to hear that. I think you guys like hearing it. I know, general public, no one wants to hear it. Everyone's outcome based, and, sure, I get that too.
Okay. I think that pretty much speaks for itself. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Maura, the reigning champ, as always. What do you got?
Yeah, I thought that one was pretty bad, so I wasn't sure I was going to be able to beat it, so I'm just pandering.
Okay. It's a good idea. It's never a bad plan.
Going with someone you don't like in Ian Rappaport. Ian Rappaport was on the Tackles pod. He's talking about how frustrating it is that people are undermining the role of an insider and all of the, accountability and honesty that he has as well.
The accountability, huh?
Yes, I have been.
Oh, I'm sorry. He means undermining it since the Vrabel Rossini scandal.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I have been for sure frustrated at a lot of people talking about what they think the job of insider is like without actually knowing. Like, that's been frustrating to me over the last, let's say, month or so. But, the job is still the same. It's finding out news. It's touching base and talking to all parties, as many as you can. It's confirming it, making sure that it comes out in the most accurate and truthful way possible, while also doing it as fast as possible and giving the reader or viewer or whatever as much information as you can. It's being accurate, being fair, being first, and being accountable. I mean, to me, it's all sort of the same philosophy that leads you to the same thing.
I would say out of being, accurate, first, fair, and accountable, Salk would say he's good at one of those, being first sometimes.
First, yeah. The accuracy has not been perfect, but I guess he's been accountable to that. Okay. All right. So you got Ian Rappaport to go with Cavs GM. Lyle, in your finale.
Ultimate.
I'm going the Cavs route too, and I think we played this earlier this week, but it's the one that jumped out. It's James Harden when he's talking about recapping the series. So,
how much better, if they're better, are the Knicks than you guys?
Obviously they dominated us 4-0, but yeah, I don't know if I can necessarily answer that question. Just because genuinely I do feel like we are the better team, but series wise, it didn't show it.
I don't really know how that works with a 4-0 sweep.
ASU guy.
He is my guy, James Harden. You see, you hear statements like that, smart guy.
Numbers guy.
This is hard. It's a hard one.
It's a good batch.
It is a good batch.
Smells trashy.
Lyle, I appreciate that James Harden is wrong, and they shouldn't have said that. I'm going to give him a little ounce of credit. First of all, that's a trap question. How much better were they? That's a trap question. I don't like that question. Mm-hmm. Secondly, he said they dominated us. I mean, he did say they dominated us. And in terms of the series, obviously we lost. He said we didn't show it, but I think it's okay to feel like you are not the better team, but I understand that you feel like you could have been the better team and you just didn't show it during that time. I don't know. I've heard much worse versions of we were the better team than that. He literally said they dominated us. I want to. When I first heard it, I only heard the little clip. Hearing the whole clip, I don't think it's as bad as it sounds. I'm not saying it's good. He shouldn't have said it. Not as bad as it sounds. He said they dominated us. So I'm sorry, Lyle. I thought you might go as a walk-off winner, but James Harden's not going to get it done. The only reason, Brock, the only thing that could keep you from winning this week is I feel like as bad as the Cavs GM sound is.
That's a head coach. That's a head coach.
I thought that was their GM.
No.
Whatever. As bad as it is.
That's a head coach.
Okay. I didn't realize that. I thought it was their GM.
It's not Jerry DePoto's 55%.
That's
and
their
people
head
just can't grasp
coach?
it and understand it. That's the head coach.
I mean, I appreciate the devotion to process over results.
Yeah.
Like, if it was the GM, I guess I would have said, hey, give the guy some credit. He got the Cleveland Cavaliers to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, they don't have any real stars, right? Like, he got them all the way there. Like, the analytics must have had some success. It's just that it let him down at the end. But that's the coach. Yeah, Maura, I can't do it. Brock wins. I'm sorry. I can't. That's the coach. I thought that was the GM.
No.
Well, if you look at predicted analytics, we actually won.
God. Okay, yeah,
Well,
I'm
expect
out.
to point out. I mean, if you
Yeah, I'm
understand
out.
expect to point outcomes. I know some of you do.
Ian's is dumb too, but Brock, you win. I'm sorry. I can't get away from that. Brock, you are a winner. You finally have found a way.
The aroma of winning.
Just so you know, it's real. I would never, I'm never
Maura,
biased in this.
Thank you for tipping your cap, too, to me, Maura. I appreciate that.
It
My
was a good one.
confidence, kind of like the Mariners high right now. Just high. I'm on a high.
570 says you're just a nerd in a suit. It's true. So funny. Maura, I won't play all that sound. We got to get out of here. We should not take even 1 second away from the number one show in their time slot.
Do they
in
have
this
a show
market.
today?
They did. Yeah, I think so. Short
Mariners
show.
had an early game, right?
Yeah, but it's not till 1.
Oh, nice. Okay, good.
They're on the West Coast. Sacramento is still on Pacific time, bro.
True that.
So we got to get out of here.
I got to be there tomorrow for Lyle.
Brock's going to be here.
I'm not missing Lyle's last couple days.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear what Here's the Thing has in store
Coming
for
for you,
Lyle tomorrow.
I'm coming
His
into
last
town
Here's
just
the
for you.
Thing. Download the app and you can leave us a message. Bump and Stacy, the number one show. Coming up next. Enjoy that, and we'll see you guys at 6 a.m. Until then, the hay.
Our hay is in the barn.
See you.
Get to the chopper!
Stick around for Bump and Stacy coming up next at 10.
That's right. That's what this news feels like.
Committee for
So there's going to be a committee to decide whether they're going to make an announcement and when they're going to make an announcement.
Give Seattle a team.
Bump and Stacy with Michael Bumpus and Stacy Rost next at 10.
I hope you guys are prepared to be embarrassed by my behavior.
We're going to be on Hard Knocks for sure.
We're definitely going to be on Hard Knocks because I will drag us in front of these cameras.
On Seattle Sports.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy a new TV? That's a lot of time in front of one TV. So why not get one of the best sets for the next 7 years, like one of the top-rated Samsung, LG, or Sony models? Too expensive? What if you could get up to $1,000 trade-in for your old set? Who would do a stupid deal like this? Right now, at Video Only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out Video Only.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now it's the final days of our Everything's on Sale event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses. Our Memorial Day event ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good night's sleep.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087. 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087 or simply visit tra.com.
Do you need a new roof? Then trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing to get you taken care of this spring. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and secure $500